That shit recording, J Sizzle? Be extra sure.
Yeah, check it.
Check. You can hear me, Tori?
Yes, sir.
This kind of fucks up my ability to hear. I'll be so honest.
With the hoodie?
Yeah.
Locked in,
It reminds me, Mr. Johnson in band class told us not to wear hoodies because it fucks it up. I always notice that when I'm mixing. Gotta take it off.
Yeah.
Yo! JC, I know you know all the lyrics, right?
Yeah, okay, look for a car fleet, fuck you heard about. Only time you see me on the net is when I'm swerving out. We gon' build some bridges just to find it, it ain't working out. Like an EDD flex, wasn't worth it now. I see a lot of people settle for what's certain now. 20 years later, wondering why it ain't working out. We can see you later, fuck the favors.
Man, I forgot to put my beard oil on today, man.
Yeah, I didn't
It was such a rush.
It looks like it.
It was such a rush today, man. We got it. Oh, I thought the song started playing again. Yeah, bro, today was a rush, man. But you know what? I'm glad we're getting the podcast. I'm glad we're getting to it.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to the Really Good Podcast, home of the Really Good Podcast. We're here. We're live. Episode 90. Ooh. That's another decade. Hey. If it was in time sense. That's another 10, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Getting closer to 100. We got to do something special for 100.
Yeah.
Probably should start like brainstorming now.
Yeah,
so that it's the next thing you know, it's 99 and we're just not even prepared at all. And then 100 comes. It is what it is.
Hundo.
So we just gonna have to address the elephant ASAP.
Yeah.
I don't know if the viewers have noticed the cameras may or may not look a little different. We have kind of a different rundown. Everything's just a little different, bro.
What's going on?
Yeah, I'm a dumbass. I keep leaving shit in the
Rough.
car. You feel me? So covered it up this time, but it wasn't like a break in the air or nothing like that. But rig is gone, gimbal's gone. I realized today. Tripod is gone. I have enough to replace it, but niggas not trying to spend motherfucking 8-9 on a goddamn whole new set of
10,000
in
Parked
LA?
in LA, yeah.
We lost our number one golded camera,
Yeah.
the one that you see for all of our highest quality stuff. Usually our main
with
cam.
the lens, with the
With our
filter, with
best
the rig,
lens.
with the so it's like, yeah, man. So I got to move some money over. It's straight though, but man, like right when it happened, I was just like, how bad do you want it? Like, how bad do you want success? How bad do you want this camera shit? Like, are you gonna press for it or not? Like, you feel me?
And so someone stole it out your car because we had shot with it that day. One day, and then you left.
Yeah. I went straight to LA and then came out the next morning. Shit's just going.
Was
I'm
it
like,
unlocked?
nah, that's what I'm saying. Like my car was locked when I got back to it. And like I was confused. Like how the fuck it was like disappeared. Okay, so
devices and stuff.
Okay, so yeah. Yeah, bro. And like my car, like I got tinted windows, but they not dark enough, so I need to tint them darker and shit like that. Like, man, but that's really my fault though. Like I gotta take that shit on the chin. You feel me? Like take it like a champ. So
Damn,
Shit,
so
that
sorry,
shit's
man.
crazy, bro.
That's just how life works. Bro.
yeah, bro. So I'm just.
You learn, you move on.
Yeah, so I'm like, man, I'm gonna get that shit back 10 times. Really like another test. And like I just recorded somewhere. I'm like, I'm tired of getting tested. So I'm just like, cool, you know, like cool, it's straight. I'll take that one. Like I didn't punch too much shit this time. I only punched 2 things, you feel me? Like
was it your girl?
Nah. No, she was cool though. Because like I had punched the wall, started bleeding a little bit. She's like, oh, like don't do that. She's trying to like help me out, like give me a band-aid and shit. Like I'm still like, fuck that shit. Like it was cool.
God damn,
It wasn't too bad.
Damn, 2023 off with a bang.
Off with a banger. Let's get it.
So when are your plans to get a new one?
Like immediately. Like when I go home today, I'm gonna move some money over and start that process again.
That's what I'm saying. Because I was having discussions with someone about it. Like, bro, I don't like. For me personally, especially like it's your main source of income, anyways. Fuck that, bro. I'm getting it ASAP, no matter what.
Yeah,
Even if I didn't have the cash for it, bro, I'm gonna start a new line of credit and go get that bitch. Because like, why would you can't wait weeks and not have it, bro? Like, it's just there's no way around it. You gotta have it.
I feel like after you get it, it's like, oh, the work's about to be going crazy. Like
it's the same amount of work. Like I got to reschedule. I had shit lined up for yesterday. I had shit lined up today with you. Shit lined up over the weekend, Tuesday. Like, so I just got to postpone it just for a little bit just to get everything back. But it's like, bro, like it's kind of like starting from square zero again, just to still have the same amount of work to do it. So it's like, what do I benefit from this besides like, realizing, okay, I gotta stop being careless. Like I'm smiling too much, like thinking, oh shit smooth, I'm gonna just cover it. Like, nah, bro, like clean the car out, stop trusting everybody. Like, nah, this shit.
Well, yeah, that's definitely a learning curve part of that. But also, I don't know. I feel like it's just kind of it's just a loss. It's just like when you lose money in the market or something. It's just a really bad L. You basically just fucked off like $10,000.
Pretty much.
That's basically it. That's all.
Yeah.
Because like it can't be that deep where it's like, nah, the way I was moving, the energy I was giving off, or like, nah, bro, someone fucking walked past the right car and hit a nice little lick. And now the only real change I feel like is you don't leave your shit in there. Sometimes I feel like people use so many different things in life, like this is what's gonna get me motivated. I'm like, fuck, you swear you were working hard before. Like
I was motivated.
That's what you said. It. You're like,
yeah,
well, it's the same amount of work. I'm just fucked for a couple days now. It slows me up. Sometimes people will be like, oh, I'm gonna use this to motivate me, but it's like, damn, man. You just need so many different things to motivate you, bro. Like, eventually you gotta hit an age where, like, you're just working, bro. Like, motherfuckers that work corporate jobs, bro, that have to get up at, like, 6 a.m. every day and go do that shit. We look at them like, damn, you're working a slave-away job. But they don't have to keep motivating themselves every year. That every time something goes wrong, they're like, you know what? I'm getting up at 5:50 next morning. Like, bro, no, they just have fucking, it's just work ethic, bro.
It was sad, too, because, like, I called my mom. She's like, how was it? I was like, oh, it was good. Like, my camera's going. Like, she started crying. I didn't cry. Like, I'm talking about, like, tears. She was just like, you worked so hard for that camera. I'm like, I know. I'm like, don't cry. Like, I'll get it back. It's just bread. Like, everything cool. Like, I'll get that shit back, man. But, yeah.
It's good that you're not like dwelling on the past. A lot of people do that, but you got to realize, like in life, like you got to just move forward. There's no point. Like, why waste time?
Yeah,
so.
And the quote, solid the hustler, man. Bosses take losses. So I'm just like, that shit funny, bro. Another test, just like see what you're really made of, like building resilience and shit like that. It's gonna be a great story to tell on somebody else's podcast. Like, so what was all the things you went through to do this? Like, bro, left the job to go fucking take pictures in the street with a film camera every day, not knowing what the fuck was going on, trying to learn as quick as I can, like. And then, you know, saved up and got some money in stocks, got a camera. That shit got stolen. Had to get right back at it. Like, I mean, it's crazy. Like, life is a movie, like you be saying. So I'm just like, shit, this is just more wood to the fire, you feel me? So fuck y'all niggas, though. Bitch ass niggas.
Yeah.
We go down there right after this. So if we see some motherfucker filming with the same cam,
bro, imagine.
We beating ass.
He got your rig and everything, but like, you can tell he's trying to figure out how to work it. Where in LA were you at? Or like
off of Adams, like close to Normandy and shit like that. So it's hood, you feel me? But it's like
Mossberg to Adams.
Oh God, but I'm like, it's my fault though. I gotta take that on the chin. It's my fault. But like, how bad you want it, nigga?
We gonna spark up that block.
Yeah, God, knocking on the doors.
Everybody on that block is gonna have issues,
but
bro.
like the whole rig, like the battery, the SD card with your shit on it, the motherfucking like lens, the filter, the
like Tessie footage too, or what?
No.
He has that footage, but all the shit we shot that day. I mean, I figured. I'm like, there's no way you pulled that shit off. But at that point, it doesn't really matter. Like when the whole camera's gone, bro. I'm like, yo, but these shots, bro.
Hey, did you pull my footage over?
Dude, how mad would you have been though? You telling me, and I'm like, bro. Please tell me you got that footage up.
Honestly, bro, I probably would have just hung up and like I need like space myself. Bro. Like, fuck
I'll let you know, dog.
Wait, this is the one at Elysian Park. That footage?
No.
He got all shot again.
Already. Yeah, we did like some driving around footage and like just by like the Hollywood sign that day before he left. And then I knew he was fucked because he hit me the next morning like, hey bro, any chance I left the camera in your car? I'm like Like the one you shot with, like the whole ass rig? Nah, bro. You didn't accidentally leave that shit. I started thinking about it because I wasn't even with the Model S at that time. And I'm like, nah, because my dad was driving. I was thinking he would have for sure asked about a big ass camera, and I would have seen it. But also, I remembered him getting out and filming the parking enforcement
lady's
car.
That's all that they took after the camera? Like, did they take anything else?
The whole rig, the gimbal, and then the tripod. I noticed like just now. I was like, the tripod.
You ain't have no cash?
You only got so much.
Nah,
bro,
damn.
They just took like $12,000 worth of equipment, bro. They're like, fuck, no money though.
Yeah, they didn't check the glove department. Hey, I went
to the glove department, bro.
Yeah, they didn't check no shit. But I just came out. I was like, and I'm asking, I'm like, wait, did I bring my camera inside? And she's like, I don't know if I saw it. Because I'm like, yeah, I really don't remember bringing my camera. It's like, I know where my fucking camera is at. You feel me? So then I'm like checking shit. I'm going back and forth, upstairs, downstairs. And then I'm starting slamming doors and.
Yeah, that's so frustrating,
like,
bro.
Yeah.
You getting insurance this time or nah?
Nah,
brother. Like insurance for what? Like I mean, like
lose it, they gotta reimburse.
Lose it. I don't even think they have like theft insurance like that. Like my stepdad's trying to help me out. He's you got to file the police report so I can try to put it on my insurance. I'm just like that whole process seems like a fucking hassle. Like I'm gonna do it, but just to see maybe try to finesse, maybe be like, hey, I didn't get my new camera.
Off camera, bro. I can help you out. Off camera.
Yeah, if there's a way, that would be interesting. Yeah, you might as well just start Googling like crazy after this. Yeah. But yeah, well, either way, I like where your head is at with this, and I like the fact that we're still podcasting with this little weak ass setup.
Surprised.
Bro, I was like, wait, hold on, because I had no clue this should happen at all.
I know. I realized when you asked earlier.
I was like, where's your big ass camera, bro?
And he's just like, no camera. And only Tori could pull that shit off and not tell you nothing. Just be like, no camera, no tripod, and then no one asked about it. I was like, I hope Ski don't ask, because I'm gonna be like, no, just save it for pod. But only Tori could get away with that shit. No camera.
We're just like, because I get hit me up like sending me like songs because we were supposed to shoot a video, And so then I just don't really care for the whole pity. Like, oh yeah, guess what happened? Like, oh,
it's a waste of time.
Yeah,
for sure,
like I don't need the pity. I don't need that shit. Like, it's my fault. Take it on the chin. Get another one. Let's keep shooting. Like, keep fucking working, nigga.
See, if it was me and I had it happen and I told JC would start asking me all types of bullshit. Why'd you leave it in the car?
Why'd you lose
How long
it?
did you have it in there? Which part of the car did you leave it in? What part? Did you put it under something? Why does it matter, bro? It's okay, but was there, how many blankets did you cover? And I would have started getting furious.
Don't ask me no fucking questions, bro. It's gone.
Now, I was telling this dude, bro, I would have been in my feelings for at least 24 hours. So I was surprised you showed up.
Shit,
but
I would have been like, so should we shoot the pod without you, or you want to do Saturday or something?
And that's why I was like, I got to get back to work, man. Fuck it.
It's better content too. It's just better content. If like, you know, why take days off? Also, we've been kind of rolling. People, man, I love every time I open my phone, new YouTube notification, and now it's actually becoming like a haven for people to actually like exchange ideas and stuff. Even though some people are very mean, but it's just becoming like a cool little zone. So you don't want to take your foot off the gas. And if something bad happens, it's like, well, that's content. Better than showing up with nothing to talk about. This has been a riveting first 10 minutes.
I'm supposed to be in a fetal position just crying and shit. Like,
it's very unproductive. It's very unproductive, just being honest.
This morning, I hit him up. I call him, and I'm like, I'm talking to him. I'm talking to him about, like, oh, what we going to talk about in the pod and all that type of stuff. I asked him, I was like, yo, what's wrong? Doesn't tell me anything, bro.
He's a content
creator,
bro.
He don't tell me shit. And I'm just like, I can sense that something is wrong. He's not speaking like his normal self. And then now we come here and I see this little ass camera and it's like, what the hell is this?
Bro, I felt so bad for him when he's like, when I talked to him to see if he was like so good to pod today. And he's like, yeah, bro, I can grab the M50. And like, it's funny because like, we all have the M50. Like, JC and I were just out there to shoot content with the M50. But hearing Tori talk about the M50 had me feeling bad, bro. Like, it's like when Solid got his whip fucked up and he had that rental, but it was like a really weak ass. It was like
Kia.
the Kia Yaris or something like that. It was really fucked up. And like, for anyone else, it's like, bro, it doesn't matter. It gets you point A to B.
Yeah.
I'm not really feeling bad. Like, your
solid.
car doesn't matter. But when it was him, I'm like, oh, man. I feel bad for you, bro.
Yeah, bro. It's all right, though. I still got the laptop, so yeah, it's okay. Yeah. It's still everything.
You can use your webcam. Shoot videos, spin that bitch around. We can for sure shoot videos with your webcam.
My girl tried to be supportive and shit. Like, she's sending me like shit to shoot with, and so then I got like, she's like, oh, you can use your iPhone. I'm not using no fucking iPhone to shoot no fucking content.
Sometimes less is more when it comes to helping.
Don't try to help me out. Like, no, we can do that shit. Like, you can't just go from that and then back to this and just be like, yep, it's cool. Like, I could have still shot the photo shoot on Tuesday with the M50 because I have used it before. I'm like, nah,
but it's not the same. It's not the same.
Like, the quality, like the brand, like, nah, bro.
And we could have shot videos of the car with like the M50 with the 18x35, but it's just not the same. It's not the same. And I'm so glad you're thinking is like, get it right away, because there's just, what is the other option? Like, nah, I'm gonna wait. I'm just try to like, fine, do your fucking Instacart and DoorDash or whatever. That was another question. And then we'll get off this soon. But like, if you say you didn't have the funds to get the camera right there, or you could do it, but it was really gonna fuck you over, like, would you do Instacart, DoorDash, or like, what would you do?
Something like that, yeah, because I can't go back to a regular 9 to 5, and that's what she was saying too. She was like, "Well, you might have to get a job now." I didn't even respond. The girl, I'm like, I didn't even respond to that shit. Like, no, what the fuck are you talking about? Like I worked in corporate America. Like, that's the job of jobs. You feel me? Like, save my bread, stack my bread, make some money in stocks. Like now working like as, you know what I'm saying, as my own entity. Like, if I don't move, the business don't move, right? So it's like, I can't be in this creative space, like shooting every day, editing every day, to then go back to work at Target to respond to some motherfucker who's 40 working at Target. Like, I'm gonna look at you differently. Like, I don't give a fuck about what you gotta tell me. Like, if I had to, if that was last resort, yeah. But I'm saying, like, I wouldn't want to be on somebody else's time. I'll have to be on my own time for some shit like that. So,
like, if you had a kid, sure, like, you have to start putting your own things aside a little bit. Like, if you were having a kid and you were like, actually, you had no money, I'd be like, bro, you might want to become a salesman. Like, go work at the phone store. Because I just know, like, you can hustle and get bread. That's one way I've known, like, if you really needed to get a job, get something where you can at least earn commission or tips, or like a good restaurant pay. Something where you know you're going to be getting your hourly plus tips. I'd honestly go the salesman route just because you just probably be a bad waiter.
I'll be terrible. Oh, I already know that.
At least the salesman, you feel like you're like hustling people and you're like wheeling and dealing.
I've been saying that shit since I was 12. I was like, yeah, I can never work in food, because I just see the way my mom and like her friends be handling situations, like complaining about shit. It's like, bro, the waiter didn't cook the food, and that's the first thing I'm gonna say. I didn't cook this shit. I don't know what you want me to do about your over toasted pizza. The fuck out my face. You feel me? I'm only getting paid $3.50 an hour.
But you brought it to the table.
I don't give a fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people be treating me like I can't do that. I can't have nobody treating me like shit.
Yeah.
I'm a king, motherfucker.
I just laugh in their face. Like that you kind of just have to do that because if they're gonna just keep complaining, and it's like, all right, I'm gonna just laugh and then tell my manager, be like, all right, I don't get paid enough to do this part.
Hell no.
You know what I mean?
No Karens, no little kids ask me for shit. Where's my water? Like, hell no. Get the fuck out of my face.
Sales makes like the most.
But in your position, in like any creative position, I really think like Instacart, DoorDash, Grubhub, all that stuff is really a better move than the majority of jobs. Now, if you have a kid, do whatever you got to do. Like, it's just different. I can't tell you, like, nah, don't get your CDL. That might be cool. Get in the truck and fuck it. You got a kid on the way. You got to figure something out.
I got a mom.
But if you're trying to really hustle the same way, then you got to go, I always say, though, them type of apps. Uber eventually. Uber wouldn't be too bad.
I don't want nobody in my car.
You got to have
like
a certain type of car for Uber.
Yeah, my car not an Uber car.
But back to the money, he could just get an interest-free card for a year.
Yeah, right? Exactly. If you were really asked out, but a lot of times when people are asked out, their credit isn't that good. So they're only going to get, like,
Tori got good credit.
Yeah, I got good credit. I still got a Roth IRA I could pull from. I still got stocks and shit. So I'm just like, all right, but nobody just wants to spend an extra $10,000-$12,000.
That's honestly still what I think you should do. But also, by the way, I was looking for your exact camera, but maybe it's different because you did some looking. I found it on Best Buy, right? Mm. It was a lot, but they'll for sure let you do installments interest free. Mm. So, like, to be honest, bro, I'm just never trying to pay a bunch of cash all at once if I don't have to, as long as I'm not going to be spending more because of the interest. So, either that's what I was saying. If I was totally asked out, I would just get a new credit card and then just first year interest free. But if it's something you can buy at Best Buy, they most of the time have monthly installments interest free.
Also, you should look up, like, the motherfuckers who might try to be selling it. Look up on OfferUp and all that type of shit. I would say I would look just in that area.
But some I saw it only knocked off like $200.
Yeah,
it was really weird, bro. I was thinking the same thing, but also it was through like bigger companies.
So Keith, don't you mean like to find the camera?
Yeah, that's if anything, like if some guy is gonna be like selling it, the person who stole it, he's gonna try to sell it at some point. He's not gonna just sell it to the homie. The homie don't know shit about cameras. He's probably gonna put it up on OfferUp. So you might as well
burners.
No, same lens, same filter, same rig, whole rig.
Dude, that's such a good point. You're so smart. I thought you meant just getting a pre-owned one.
Fuck that.
Nah, I'm pulling up shooting. Fuck that. I don't even want to check it.
But one last thing, a good play could be getting it on an American Express, and then the thing's insured. So if you lose it, they'll reimburse you. Or if they get stolen. Okay. So there's some cards like that, I think, aside from American Express. But just so
all right, yeah, I'll look into some shit like that. That's cool.
That's the move right there. I never even
a lot of benefits with credit cards. So.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially
what's up, Charge Go?
Oh yeah, Charge Go in the cut with us.
Charge Go?
What's the deal?
Jolly Green Giant over here. Don't got me looking.
Jolly Pink Giant, bro.
Yeah, you guys don't look too bad in that camera. I'll be honest. It's the stock 15x45 Canon lens. And guys, it's not doing too bad. It's really not doing too bad.
Click the link down below.
Affiliate link.
But it's nice. The guest cam too, and it's really not that bad. It's really not. I just think we're gonna have good thumbnail cutouts from that. I really think it could be worse. I thought that shit would be worse. It's true. I'm just saying, looking at it.
We did really great research with the cameras and shit. Like the M50 is still great. It's
just not nearly as bad.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna have to use that shit for the full thing. No,
I feel like you can still use the 85 with the M50, and it's not. I still think that one's probably the best lens. Yeah, the 85
for sure. The 85 is the best lens, but the 24-70 is the most versatile.
Yeah, super versatile. All right, we're nerding out.
Hey,
man, Dana White slapped his wife. What's up with that?
Oh shit, bro.
Okay, honestly,
slappy Dana.
Little love tap.
No love tap. Come on. Hey, bro, are you all mad at Dana though?
Dana made the biggest mistake. Never leave it up to the judges.
Nah,
and
you're stupid.
I'm telling you. I think he won the fight of the night too.
For sure.
Didn't she slap him first?
Yes, that is true. She slapped him
it's
first.
Not like he just did it out the blue.
Yeah,
that's what made it a lot better. That's why it's breezed over so fast. It's just because like everyone saw pretty clearly what happened, so it's kind of already explains itself. Oh, you guys are getting into it. She slapped you, and you slapped her back.
Yeah. Did you hear his explanation though?
Yeah,
he was like, I've known her since we were 12. You know, been married for a long ass time. We got 3 kids. It's like, yeah, but it can't be like, I take all the blame for it, but to give you some backstory, I've known her for decades. It's like so, and then he really didn't hit her that hard, to be honest. But I don't think you should hit a woman for any reason, unless she's coming at you with a knife or trying to kill you. Then you beat the fuck out that bitch.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure, you beat the fuck out that bitch. Other than that, though, like a little love tap here and there, that's some relationship shit. Shit happens. It's a little toxic, but
and the club is messy though,
and
they're hella drunk too.
Alcohol's involved and all of that. So it's like, all right, man. You know, you probably shouldn't hit your girl, but it's like I think some people will probably be able to see that situation and be like, okay, you just got hit. You're probably drunk, and now you just hit her back. And it's like, it's not like you were the first one to hit her. I'm not saying it's right.
Yeah, it's really not that bad, honestly. No, I agree with you.
He didn't hit her with like a lead uppercut or like a lead hook. You know what I'm saying? He hit her with a Kimura, none of the MMA shit he be watching.
Yeah.
Like,
it's not like that. You gonna go to jail now?
And then another indicator that this isn't their usual behavior is everyone immediately like splitting it up. It wasn't like everyone that was with him was just like, nope, they get like this, just let him go. Yeah. Like everyone immediately split him up.
She was surprised. She was like, who? Like, the wife, like after he did it,
he slapped her back.
Did he get two?
It looked like he did. He did look like he swung it,
but
I don't think he actually connected the side. I think he might have pushed her, or like faced her, or something, or mushed her. But
I don't think slapping a girl be a normal behavior.
Huh?
You were saying like it didn't seem to be a normal behavior. I don't think slapping
abusive relationships.
That's not normal though in public.
Yeah, no, I mean,
I'm saying what made it seem like it's not normal is everyone immediately splitting them up because there's a lot of couples you see videos leaked of, like for example, even Jay-Z and Beyonce when Solange was beating his ass, that doesn't seem like it was normal, but you can notice when people around them aren't breaking it up, like they're just standing there. That does tell you something about the situation for sure.
Hey man, he put women into the UFC. And he stood on that equality, baby.
Yeah, you want equality? You got equality.
We gotta clap it up for him.
Yeah, no, I don't know if I clap it up for him.
Nah,
come on, bro. He defended himself. He stood up for himself.
Nah.
Nah, I think there's not that much. This was kind of a little softball, open us up, get it, just get us fucking, rolling forward. But I love Dana, man. Did
you see Ariel Helwani's response?
No, but I heard for a little bit about it. Well, tell me about it.
So you know how Dana and Ariel Helwani, it's a son.
His son.
So they've always had this back and forth. He put out this statement right after the news broke out or the video popped up. And Dana White has said something. He said a lot of things to Ariel before in his life, a lot of things that have been true, that have not been true. But one of the things that stuck to Ariel was when he started crying on camera live. Dana was talking about Ariel and he was like, what are your kids going to say about that? And then Ariel just kind of comes back and says the same exact thing about him. He's like, what are your kids going to say about the man that you are? What are your kids going to say about the man that, he didn't say hits his wife, but he was trying to, insinuate it in that way. So it was just like he was getting his get back. Like, it was kind of like a full circle moment for Ariel.
It holds less weight to me, though, when, Ariel, he's just waiting to throw that jab at him. And rightfully so, I get that. But, even then, Dana kind of addressed, we have to just worry about our family, our kids, and everything. But Ariel, it's like, they say don't kick someone when they're down. Ariel came with the people's elbow, bro. Just boom,
The way he worded it, he didn't, say anything about him slapping his wife. He talked about everything that he was as, the owner of the UFC and stuff like that. But, since the video comes out, everybody knows what he's talking about.
Ariel just
what are your kids going to say about that? I was like, damn, okay. It's fair. I feel like everybody's going to have their opinions on it. Yeah. Everybody's going to be a judge.
I mean, I've never experienced that, seeing my dad hit my mom. But, honestly, I'm maybe, if I'm Dana White's kids, right? I'm thinking, okay, my dad has did everything he could to put food on the table. They've known each other for decades, longer than I was even born. They have an intricate relationship that I could probably never even fully understand, even being their son. You feel me? I think I can give daddy a pass, you feel me, for giving mommy love taps. Because he didn't uppercut the fuck out of her and drop kick her. You know what I'm saying?
The biggest thing is if she slaps him first, because it really is a total game changer. I'll be honest, bro. Because even if you and one of your homies, you two get into and start arguing, it's way different. You guys arguing versus you just slap Saqib straight across the face, fucking spit flying out his mouth, just boom,
Rocky.
That's way different, right?
Yeah.
So you just slapping your girl and she didn't do anything physical to provoke you. There's no that. Even if it was just man on man, that's a way different ordeal that you just put hands on him. But now it's different. If your girl slaps you, that in itself, not that huge. You slapping your girl back, still not good. But that context changes the way you look at it. Really, it's a totally different story if your dad slapped your mom after she slapped him first. Either way, it's wrong. But it's way different than him just slapping her because they're arguing.
Yeah, some more context. I mean, Dana White's sort of like an alcoholic. He can drink a lot. I've seen videos of him drinking before he goes out on stage.
So what's happened?
Either he's numb to the alcohol or this dude is always be drunk, and so maybe he couldn't
handle his liquor.
Yeah, he couldn't handle liquor.
The hen dog got to him. That dark liquor. That dark liquor give you energy.
You think Dana White might be an alcoholic?
Yeah, I think so.
A functioning alcoholic?
Functioning alcoholic for sure. I'm not saying not. I mean, maybe he wasn't functioning that night, but
Where's your claims?
Oh, he was definitely functioning. I don't know if you saw how he connected. He was definitely functioning.
Yeah, it was pretty accurate. I don't know, man. That's one detractor, bro.
Do you think him working in the UFC and MMA has him like a little more aggressive than the regular person?
I don't think so, man. It's just like you're the owner of it. Like I don't think you being. I feel like if you're a fighter, if you practice fighting, you're a little bit more peaceful, if anything, right? Because you're taking that into the cage. You're not bringing this out into your regular life. Obviously, there are cases where people do bring it out into their personal lives, but for the most part, a lot of fighters, I feel like they fight. They have to meditate. They have to keep their center balanced and like stay calmed. You know, so I don't think that's him just being the owner of the UFC. It just makes it look 10 times worse.
I feel the opposite because like our perception of fighting is like it's bad. We try to avoid it, you know, because like it's not really accepted. I don't want to inflict harm upon someone else. But in the UFC and all these fighting leagues, like it's widely accepted, obviously, and they're sort of numb to it. I don't think they're gonna bring it like outside of the ring per se. But if it were to happen, I don't feel like it would affect them as much as it would affect us because how often are we getting into fights? For them, they're practicing fighting all the time. So I feel like they would interpret it a lot differently than we would. Again, all perception.
Interpret what?
Not necessarily interpretation, but I'm saying perception of like what a fight would be.
Oh, what a fight is?
Yeah.
Well, but it's also different for a lot of them because when you're that skilled, you know, like, I will really fucking kill somebody. Like, if you're talking street fights, most of them, I feel like the majority of mixed martial arts practitioners, they're not getting into, like, bullshit street fights. But I will say, Dana having to be around so many fighters and, like, have to, like, get into arguments and altercations with, like, these guys that are trained to destroy people, I'd say, like, as far as toughness goes, I feel like you got to have a thick skin for that.
Yeah.
For sure.
Dana's the man. Either way, I'm still in support of Dana, man. Shout out to Dana. Everything he's done for us.
Start bench cut. Dana. Tate.
Start bench cut. Dana, Logan Paul, Andrew Tate.
Ooh, let's start with Logan Paul. You want to get Logan Paul?
You're starting Logan Paul?
Oh, no. Okay. Or actual start bench cut? I thought we just switched the topic. But okay, actual start.
Well, you fucked it up. There you go. Let's strike one.
All right, we're starting Dana. All right. Benching Andrew, cutting Logan.
Cut Logan?
Yeah.
So you're outraged.
Yeah, no.
You're outraged by the scam. That's what, he's outraged, right? This guy's mad.
I got scammed out of $12,000.
This guy's mad, bro. So he's responded to Coffeezilla. I called him Godzilla. Apologies. I forgot. I have to bring something up. Remind me after this. But either way, I apologize to Coffeezilla for calling him Godzilla. I'm now more familiar with him. This guy's the man. He put on a great documentary.
You watched all 3 parts now?
Yes. But yeah, so Logan responded. What's that all about?
It was great.
And what did you think? So, because he did the solo response to him, where he seemed pretty like thought out, written, definitely wrote it out, and then they responded on impulse.
Okay, so look, Coffeezilla made a 3-part documentary, right?
For like an hour long.
Yeah, right. So it's an hour of footage that he created. Logan Paul's response, 7 minutes. so it's 7 minutes with no accountability for his fans, no apology to his fans. He did highlight a lot of the things that Coffeezilla maybe he should have dug deeper into, like the background of the web developer, the background of he did a good job of Eddie Ibanez's background check. I think though he did a good job at those parts, but you not acknowledging the people who invested into the thing and just kind of tarnishing or trying to tarnish Coffeezilla's name just because of his journalism, and it's like it doesn't seem to like you called out some of the things that were wrong in his documentary, but when he was talking, I just didn't like that aspect.
See, but was it wrong or did he omit information? Because I think Logan is just so narcissistic and just dumb to like not even see what the fuck happened, right? He has his first response to say, "Oh yeah, Coffeezilla made that video, but you forgot the fact that the guy I hired was a criminal." Like, are you retarded? Like. You should have figured that out. That's your team. Like, you forgot that this other guy's a criminal and he should have been arrested. So, like, Coffee, you should have said something. But, like, what if he wanted to stall you out to not even, like, put that out there like that? Like, you look dumb as fuck. He's trying to save your face in a way. But now you look stupid because now you're saying, oh, yeah, I hired 3 other criminals and I didn't do any background checks to figure that out. And then his response on the podcast was worse too, because now you got like the yes men around him asking him like softball questions, and he's just like not even going into depth about it. Still hasn't heard one apology or tried to give the money back.
I thought George actually made. I didn't think that they were acting like yes men. I think their whole. I don't know.
Mike was stroking him off a little bit, but George did a pretty good job of asking the right questions. Like, okay, so from our perspective, it looks like, yo, we didn't scam, but from the outside perspective, it's like, oh, these people really thought you were the man. So
and then it was not addressed, and then you're saying all the I mean, bro, I don't know. When I watched that discussion, it did seem pretty thorough. I mean, they gave him pretty solid pushback, especially George, bro. George literally laid out what the entire internet is saying to him, and how these are all like his problems, and we don't care because people never heard back from you, and you cost people money, and it does seem scammy. But Logan's overall point seemed to be that we were going to address it, and our overall plan was to try to make things right. But Coffeezilla was just basically like spinning more of a narrative and making it more like it was this scammy plan. And also the fact that him and Jeff never sold their position means that they couldn't have really made money, right? Like, how would they have been making any money?
Okay, so look, the way that I say, I feel like Logan Paul really did believe in this this game that he was creating for the people. But then once the guy started fleeting off, once the other people started selling, like $5 million, like Logan can make that so easily somewhere else. Like if he sold his position, him and Jeff, they could have made money, but that's not the big money that was getting returned. Like I feel like him and what's it called? When he was talking about Coffeezilla's, he never really reached out to me, or is like he reached out to me after the video was dropped. Dog,
that's a lie.
Like receipts that he reached out to you. He reached out to your manager,
right,
and there was never a response. Even when he spoke on the phone with the manager, it's like you're talking to the manager, and the manager's just talking about like if you put out the story, you will get charged, or like insinuating that there will be legal repercussions. And I don't think that was too fair. What was the point?
I have a question for you,
yeah,
both of you guys, all three of you guys. Do you guys really think Logan made that response video himself, or do you think it was scripted and he just read off a script, did what he needed to do, probably met with lawyers before to see like what he should say, what he shouldn't say, how he can sort of get out of this situation?
I think he made it himself because it was so bad, honestly. And then he's talking about like suing him for defamation and stuff like that. Okay, but to your point, he didn't make money. Okay, I'm the CEO of Enron. I'm funneling money to my account. They catch me, I lose the money. Hey, you can't say I'm scamming. I didn't make any money off of it. I go rob a bank. The bank heist was unsuccessful. Hey, you can't say I'm scamming. I didn't make any money off of it. Like, no, you're still a scammer in that regards. Like, you're the face of the company in that way because you are the popular one, and you're hiring people who you didn't do due diligence of to make sure that they were doing their job. At any moment, you responded to a Discord 3 times. One time saying, yo, I'm sober right now. The other time saying, yo. And then the one time you had another message, like right before the video came out. Like, you're not putting any front foot forward to get ahead of the situation. Like, to try to reprimand anything that you did. Like, okay. I'm going to sue you for defamation, which is going to cost a lot of bread. But you're not talking about giving them none of the people who invested money back their money at all. So it's like you're still sweeping it under the rug and then saying, we still had Dink Doink, we've got the 99 originals. You're just pushing on with it. Like, you don't give a fuck.
Do you think that he would have actually went back and still developed this game if Coffeezilla didn't put this out?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, it would have never came up again. Like, when Steve Aoki brought it up, hey, what was that thing you was doing with the game? And we'll talk about that. We on some other shit. We on 99 originals now. You feel me? Yeah. All this money you making from Prime, you haven't said anything about giving the money back to the people who put their life savings into it.
Now,
so you don't care.
He's like forced into.
You're forced to address it because some dude did a 1-year investigation on it, which I thought was very objective. You feel me? I don't think he just like put the devil horns behind Logan at any moment. He's just saying like, this is what happened. This is my research. This is what I've done. And he used a lot of language that wouldn't even go into defamation of like, he's not attacking Logan. It's just like, this is what I've seen, or apparently, language like that. So it's you can't really say that. It's like you just got caught with your dick in your hand and now you're just, you're sad about it.
I don't feel like Logan Paul owes money to anybody. And because this is my take, right? I think Travis mentioned this at one point. It's like if you were dumb enough to invest in some zoo NFT bullshit, right? From
bro, it's crossbreeding animals.
Whatever that is, bro. Dude's like
you can get a lion and a duck, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, he's not no engineer. He's not no none of that. He has no experience in the field. He's a fucking Vine kid who just makes bullshit ass videos on the internet, and then he's promoting this whatever product. And then if you were dumb enough to buy into it and you lost all of it, that's your problem.
The Originals is very successful though, buddy.
Versus, okay, but he's like, oh, this is handmade art. It's stock images. Like everything you said was pretty much a lie. And it's like, okay, if he was working for a company, and that's why I brought up Enron. If he was working for a company and this was securities, he would be arrested. Because you're making false claims. Like, you can't do shit like that in the real world. Because this is crypto, cool. Like, okay, you people just lost their money. People lost their bread. There's no regulation to that shit. Well, okay, you got away with it, bro. But and then the whole point of, oh, he didn't sell it. Like, I don't buy that. Like, I don't care.
I don't think it was a scam to start off with. I think he was like obviously like in and over his head. Is that
I'll say that, yeah.
Like, for sure, because, dog, it's tech in such a new space, and when you think about NFTs, there's so many freaking scammers. There's pump and dumps. So him getting the wrong team behind him, he just got a bunch of scammers behind him. So now you're the face of the company. It looks like you're a scammer. But I feel like he probably did want this shit to grow, but him acting like it wasn't about the money. When you saw the text messages, they were really angry, or they were pissed off, or not pissed off. He was talking about, yeah, we don't want anybody to sell because we want the market cap to be at $120 million.
The market manipulation aspect of it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we're going to let people pre-order or pre-buy this shit so we can avoid SEC regulations and all that type of shit. And then once they started selling, it became like a $40 million market cap for them. And now he's like, what the fuck is going on? I'm getting fucked. Like, this was not the plan, because Crypto King sold, Eddie Ibanez sold, and those fools made their money. But I do give them props for not selling. I still give them the props for not selling. It
just seems like his team failed him. Like, the whole thing just collapsed on him. But what we really need from him would be, I guess, proof that he was already making moves to get things actually running. Because that's what he said, that even before this, like, so the guy basically hopped on, spent a year making a documentary, but he already had plans to rectify the situation. If he could prove that, I think that would nullify a lot of the arguments, or like a lot of the hate people have toward him.
Wasn't that what he was supposed to do on January 3rd?
What?
Just prove or rectify that situation instead of just going on there to just say, oh, I'm the victim, pretty much. Like, he pretty much made himself seem like the victim. Like, I'm the guy who got scammed too. I didn't sell, so how could I be a scammer? It's like, bro, it's kind of like Tory Lanez. How did I shoot her? Yeah, you can't prove I shot her, so I didn't shoot her. It's like, nah, bro, like, just say what you did, say what happened. And like you said, okay, I don't think he really came at it with the idea of, oh, let's scam the people.
Let's make this money.
But once he saw it got to a certain point, it was too far gone, he didn't do anything to fix it. So it's like, you're sinking with the same boat as him.
That's what I'm saying. He would have to prove, because he says that they've already been made. He said that they hadn't spoke on it because there's legal issues because of the guy that scammed them. And then he's basically saying that we were already our goal is to fix things, and we've been taking steps to do that. And he got his manager on there too, and they both made it seem like they had already been working to try to get these things fixed. But that's the only thing. We don't have any confirmation if that's actually true, or if they're just doing it because bro made a big deal about it. But even then, honestly, this shit's gonna pass over, bro. No one's gonna care. They don't even need to fix it. Realistically, they don't need to fix it, bro. You'll never meet someone that actually invested in that shit. Right. That's funny if I think about it.
But then Logan's trying to like attack Coffee, like, oh, he wanted to be a cop, he couldn't be a cop, which was come out false. You feel me? Like, oh, he only messaged me the day before, but now he's messaged you for a year. So like now he's attacking Coffeezilla's character, because it's like, again, you got caught red-handed. Like, you're still not addressing the main elephant in the room, bro.
Wouldn't you do the same thing though if you were in his shoes? I'd start just deflecting. So I honestly like I'll speak on it, but if I was in his shoes, I'd probably be doing the same thing. True. You're just trying to dig yourself out of the hole that you're.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like if you have that much success and you just got a contract with WWE, your Prime is doing well, your podcast is doing well, you got to get in front of some shit like that.
His PR is really good. I can't lie. Like, I know they didn't get like completely in front of it because Coffeezilla was very unexpected to happen, but the way that they went about the response, I could already see like how the people's minds will be shifting like later down the line. It's like, okay, he's working on it again, and stuff like that, but I think he did a good job, because I don't think it's worth him just like getting completely canceled. This isn't Japan.
No, they talked about seeing him like really distraught when he first got word.
That's what I was like. They were
oh my god, we were in Qatar at the spa, and I saw it in your face, bro. You were so sad. Like, oh my god, you're so sad that you got fucking caught for scamming.
Best friend
in Qatar for the spa and shit.
Oh, he was in Qatar when this came out?
With the Coffeezilla stuff. He found
Ah.
out.
So they're on vacation chilling, and then Coffeezilla just drops like a bomb on him, and then he's like, "Oh, I'm sad now." Like, bro,
I feel like he has PTSD from the last time he was
saw it in your
bro.
eyes.
He's
I saw it in your
"Fuck."
eyes. Like, bro, who gives a fuck? You're mad you got caught, bro. You're hurt.
Yeah,
it's cool. But it's just hard to trust you now as a businessman. Like, and you're marketing it as it's like it's. I'm done. I said
Yo,
that already.
are we gonna get some Prime or what?
Hey, Prime's busting, bro.
You tried it?
Nah, but I feel like it's doing well though. It's doing well. Like I see it more places. I'm gonna try it though. It's probably good, huh?
I see it every time. I'm like, damn, I should get it, and then I just go get Gatorade.
Do gas stations have it?
I think so. I've seen them a couple.
Maybe a 7-Eleven. Man.
At Routes, always a Routes.
Oh,
they got a whole thing.
Maybe I'll check it out.
Or check Vaughn's.
So
whatever.
like you don't. So you guys seem like you guys don't like Logan Paul.
I don't really care
no,
for him.
I still like his content.
Yeah, Logan's the man.
Bro, 23 million on fucking YouTube.
Does
Of
he have
course.
23 million?
Yeah, bro.
Wow.
See, but I don't know. I feel like he's like a tone deaf white dude who just like doesn't understand consequences, and I don't like that shit.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point because you're not disparaging anything he's accomplished. You're just basically saying your take on him. And I do feel like that sometimes. Like when there was a bunch of like race stuff going on in the country, like George Floyd stuff was happening, bro, I stopped watching them for like a cool few months. I'm like, I do not want to hear their insights on anything right now. I'll be so honest.
His take on George Floyd is still pinned on his Twitter. If you go look at his Twitter.
But that was a big thing for him. He had a big like, yeah, bro, like that was so powerful, man. So many people reached out to me after that, bro. I told you guys that day I was gonna have the take. I'm like, bro, I don't want to hear that shit, bro. Y'all too white.
The one that he has pinned, it's like they have this fist in all different colors. So in my head, when I'm looking at it, I'm like, all lives matter, huh?
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
Yeah, I just feel like he's. I don't know. I don't know if he's entitled, but it just kind of looks. He has that kind of air about him. I'm just like, I don't really care for him. I respect the hustle, respect the grind for sure. Like, can't take anything away from him on that
I
aspect.
feel like you
but
can't be entitled and
visionary.
grind that hard though, because entitlement is not wanting to work for what you're getting. He worked like a
you could
dog.
be an entitled grinder. Like you've had a silver spoon, but you're still a grinder. But like
Bro,
you got to that
but
position.
You know where
like,
he's from? He
That's
grew
what I'm
up
saying,
on a farm, bro. Like they're from Cleveland, bro.
oh shit.
Ohio, dog. Like they're
Ohio's not all
two,
farms, bro. There's
kids.
nice parts of Ohio.
yeah, they were on a farm. Like I said, they were on a fucking farm with
Maybe
their
more
dad.
like a character thing. Like I don't know if entitled, like okay, like you've been given everything in life, but it's just like you have an air about you where you feel like you can just step on people because of who you are, just like the status
Yeah,
that you have.
and they
it's
got
like
rich
I
young.
don't care for that type of shit. Like
Man, you guys just got to give Logs a chance.
Oh, get out of here with the log.
Give Logs a chance.
hey, where's his brother at? Where's his brother got to say about anything?
Hey, what was it called? Why doesn't he want to do the live stream? The live stream makes
Coffee?
the most sense.
He don't want. Because what was his reason? I forgot. He gave an answer to that.
So
though.
he doesn't want to give Coffeezilla any more clout. But Coffeezilla, or clout and money. So Coffeezilla said that if we do a live stream, I will donate all the money to the people who lost money in the scam.
Logan's like,
And
nope,
Logan's like, no.
I'm done with this. I'm
See, that's what I'm saying. Like
He's
you
like,
got to
no,
fix it.
I'm done.
And on the Impulsive podcast, a lot of the shit was edited. Like,
Obviously.
Really? Was there a lot of like cuts?
George asked a question, a really good question, or he said something about like, people have seen you win in so many different aspects. We always post our wins,
Right.
But but you guys need to show your downfalls too. And then they cut, and it's just Mike asking a question. I'm like, bro, why didn't they go more on that?
Nah, man, I don't want to have a cut up ass. I did not even
fucked
notice
up.
that,
That's what I'm
bro.
saying. Because he knows if he sat down with Coffee, he wouldn't have the same response. Like he would just be cornered, like and not have anything to say about it. Because he knows he fucked up.
Yeah, and live stream you can't edit, bro.
Yeah.
Can we take a break real quick? I
need some
think my
I
seat
need
goes
some prime.
squeaky. Nope, your camera's still on, bro. You look
Yeah,
totally
bro.
fine.
Bro, and obviously with his pod, he's not going to put something out there that's going to make him look bad. So he's going to make sure it's edited in a way where he looks good. And if the pod was trash and like it made him look like shit, they're not going to upload.
Oh, we lost the footage.
Yeah, we lost it. Corrupted.
Yeah, and that's what Coffee was saying.
This
Like
is
we have
our
to be
third time
on a
filming this pod. Third response pod.
We got to be on a neutral ground so everybody can see what's going on. But he don't want to do that.
I feel like Andrew Schultz helped him write the response.
Really?
Nah,
It was-
Andrew would have bodied it.
No,
Give it-
because it was similar style. It was very similar in style. Like some of the jokes, I was like, that sounds kind of like Andrew, bro.
That's just funny, man.
That's why I don't think he did the response himself. It looked like it was scripted because it was
No,
done.
he definitely wrote it out. He said he wrote it out, but bro, I
Oh, because
think
he said he did it? He did
Nah,
it?
I don't believe. I feel like
no,
he
I'm
got
just saying
help with
it has to be a script if you say you wrote something. But bro, they would have wrote it better for him, bro.
That-
Like
that's
that
what I
was like he didn't come off. He came off like himself. Like he came off kind of arrogant. And he was saying his whole point was like I just wanted to poke holes in everything that that he was saying. So, I wrote it out. It took me a couple days and like figuring out what I wanted to say. And yeah, bro, I don't think anyone would have given him that guidance. Like, just try to poke holes. It's like when it's like when Tory Lanez just kept being like, well, how you gonna say I shot you? You wasn't looking. Right. All right, bro. Hit us with somebody like that. He's just like, so you want to say it's this guy, but you interviewed him, but he's a scam artist. So how are you gonna trust him? Like, well, Logan, you hired him, so he's definitely someone that could be interviewed.
You can't say, oh, I'm poking holes in his argument or false accusations, and then agree with everything he said. Like, oh yeah, that was true. That was true. That was true.
And he was shocked that he learned more things about the investigation through Coffeezilla. He's like, what the fuck? Crypto King took $6 million? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, he's still trying to verify certain things.
See, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, it just shows
that you didn't really like think about the team that you put together. And one of the funniest memes was Logan Paul. He has a coffee and he has a green screen, and all you see is Coffeezilla retweet it, and he's Logan Paul pretending to investigate his own scam.
That is the so funniest funny
thing this year. Can't wait for him to find himself innocent.
Wait, who said that? Who said
Coffeezilla?
Bro, Coffee's been killing him on social media, bro. Like, to a different level.
Get it washed.
Straight washed, bro.
Yeah, but again, that's not gonna matter for his legacy later. I mean, we're just gonna bring it up and laugh about it in a couple weeks. It's not gonna be doing that.
And he went back onto the Discord for Crypto Zoo, and all you see is these bots that are like, oh, I'm about to invest right now, man, because it's low, and it's stuff like that. Like, oh, you know what the fuck is happening?
It's low again. it's low again. Low again, Paul. Get it?
Yeah.
Thanks.
I got it the first time. I think it was funny
God, with my little stand-up bag.
Bro.
Yes, sir.
All right, who else took some losses today?
Bugatti.
Oh, Mr. Bugatti King? Oh, yeah. Oh, wait. Let me think. Okay, yeah, let's go Bugatti mode. I'm very short on time, but I'm thinking if there's any more topics, I will just get the fuck out of here and you guys close out strong.
Oh.
Because I don't want... And also we got Charge Go in the cut. You know what I'm saying? We're only at like 45 minutes. So should we go Kai Cenat or Mr. Bugatti?
Bugatti.
Do Cenat.
Kai Cenat. Okay, Kai Cenat. Okay, baby. All right, so Kai Cenat, what, his homie got accused of rape?
Yeah.
Did his homie do it? Let's start there.
His homie for sure did it. Yes. Nah.
I'm leaning toward you. No, I'm just playing.
I really don't know.
Okay,
I'm saying,
who got the Carfax?
Like rape conversations are so hard. Like
it's like I'm not there.
Well,
shoot from the hip, Tori. Always shoot from the hip.
I don't know if I want to do that with this conversation.
In content, you gotta have a take, and I say yes. But now let's read, and then I'll make a new decision.
You want to read off the tweet?
No. I'll read base story, and then we'll start getting other tweets. TikToker calls out Kai Cenat for not helping after alleged rape by stranger at party. A woman who claims she was raped at a party by a man she did not know has called out Twitch streamer Kai Cenat after he allegedly invited her to the party and then avoided her questions. She said, Jovi Pena, a popular TikToker over 120,000 followers, made the allegations public on January 6th after stating, let's see. You want to just go in with all the tweets?
I feel like we should.
Fudge it. No, because this was going to say them, but like it might be better if you just read the raw tweets.
Yeah, so the tweets are coming from this chick, TikTok chick. She said, on January 1st, 2023, I was raped at a party by a complete stranger.
Oh my God.
I was invited to this party by someone I thought to be a friend. I asked for help, and it's not going anywhere, so I've decided to take it to social media. His name is Tori, how you say that shit?
You just making him read
it?
Jagui
Sack.
Jagui Sack is crazy.
The
Jagui Sack.
He's pretty fucking ugly. I'm sorry. But she's like, she was invited by Kai, and when she decided to leave, he told her to just sleep upstairs because she was super drunk and that no one would bother her. But then she fell asleep, and she thought she was safe because there's security in that house, obviously. And Kai confirmed that she'd be safe. But what ended up happening was she said she wasn't safe, and that dude, Jagui, walked into the room where she was sleeping and brutally raped her to the point where she started bleeding. Damn. She said, when I woke up to see him still on top of me, I called him out as a rapist, and he told me that I was in his bed, and that's why he did what he did. Yeah, and then she started saying that she's in shock, and she texted her friend. She got no answer, and then she texted Kai, and was like not really getting responses, and then she basically just went off on like a bunch of other stuff.
That's the difficult part about these types of conversations, because like, alcohol is involved, and in the court of law, I feel like a lawyer would kind of just tear people apart if they're drunk. You know, it's like, oh, how well do you remember this situation? Yeah. But she's coming out now. It's like she did have conversations with Kai, and she's trying to figure it out, like what's going on. Your friend did some bullshit to me, and he's not really responding in a helpful way. And the messages are very short, you know. So maybe he might be caping for his homie.
Mm-hmm. And I'm looking right now at the text messages, where basically like he said, "Hell no, not one of my friends. I'm still looking into it." And then she's like sending him pictures. No, he was arguing that at first, and then she was sending pictures like, "Yo, this is your homie. Like, this is him right here." And then he does seem kind of like curt with all his messages, not entirely trying to be helpful.
And here's where I'm confused, right? So I get it. She's like really drunk. When you're really drunk, you could black out, right? And she's in bed, whatever. So a dude comes into your bed, and like, does that not wake you up? Fine. But then he starts fucking you, and you're just like sleeping, and you're just like. Now, and then let's say at one point she must have woken up when she saw him.
Well, I think she was awake in the first place. She said she saw him walk in, and then he proceeded to rape her.
So that's even more confusing because it's like, did you not want to scream? Did you just like want to stay silent? There's security there. The security, if he would have heard something, I'm sure he would have went to the room. Someone would have went to the room. There's people in the house.
Party though. It could be loud with the music.
Yeah, I feel like it's definitely loud, and also it's like that. It's like we're not women. We will never be able to understand that aspect, like the fear of somebody that's just stronger than you trying to get inside of you. And maybe if I yell, he might beat my ass. You know, he might get more aggressive.
But you're in a house with a bunch of people. Let's say he beats your ass. Like,
we don't know where the security is. If they're just downstairs, if they're just right by the door. If they're right by the door, I feel like she could have been yelling for sure.
And she was pretty fucked up. That's why she was going to bed in the first place too.
Yeah, so it's like I see the point that you're trying to make, but at the same time, it's like you'll never know. You're not there. So just from her story, and that's all we have is her story.
But it needs to be police, though. That's the thing. Like,
call the police.
I hate
early.
these things, like where it's like it becomes such a. Oh, sorry, buddy. Sorry, my guy. It comes to such a like trial by what do they call it? By public or by
public? What's the shit called?
They always say that. Yeah.
Court of public opinion.
Court of public opinion. Exactly. Like it just doesn't get anything done, and like you're going on and saying like I'm not doing this for attention. And I just want like justice, and I want to stop this guy from doing other stuff. But you're texting Kai and then showing us your messages with Kai, not the real Kai Cenat. Yeah. And it just doesn't make sense. Like there needs to be this. You call the police for this type of thing, not Kai Cenat. Like
right.
But going back to my point, it's like when you are drunk. You're going to go to the police. You're going to kind of find out that the lawyers are not going to be able to prove this case as well because you are drunk.
Ooh, but what is social media going to do? Like, what is Twitter going to prove? If there's a case, that's different. Like, but you doing this is just, I get you can say, oh, I'm not doing it for attention. I'm not doing it for any of that, which I believe. And if this really happened, it's horrible. But what are we going to do? We're all just supposed to say, Kai, fuck, like you didn't help her. You should have been helpful. And she did defend him a little bit saying, I'm not blaming him, whatever. But it's like this whole thing is only news because it has him involved with it. But the police are the ones that are supposed to really be involved. If you really want something to happen, bro.
I mean, but maybe if you do go to the police, they can see, they can look at your body and say, okay, you have scratch marks here, bruises there, like, you know what I'm saying, you are bleeding or there's damage to the vaginal area. She sent a picture of a rape kit too. Oh, okay, so it's like,
doesn't the police already know if you do have like a rape kit at a hospital? Shouldn't they be notified already?
She took the rape kit like today or yesterday because people on Twitter were telling her like you should take a rape kit.
Oh,
like, I don't think she did it the day of.
I thought she took it the next day because
you have 5 days to do it.
She sent the picture in the hospital to Kai. That's why I thought she did it in like the next day.
She's talking about the conversation she's having with the dude, and she's like, she asked him like, did you at least wear protection? And he said like, yeah, and he showed the condom he had like. The whole thing just seems a little weird. Like, if we're talking about someone who just brutally raped you, and you're having like casual conversations about like, did you at least cover up? Did you at least cover up before you blew my shit out? Like, that's just a weird conversation, bro. I'm not expecting that at all. Once the dude did that, and then she also said she woke up to him still on top of her. Yeah. Okay, again, like I don't want to be insensitive, but like, what is this picture like? So he's raping her, and then he just falls asleep in her.
Yeah, I don't know, because if you're raping me, I'm gonna whoop your fucking. I'm gonna try my best to scratch, claw, scream,
and I'm
yell.
Assuming
like,
you didn't just fall asleep, like you just fell asleep, and like he's just on top of you. Like the whole thing doesn't entirely make sense as far as the logistics. And I get it, you're drunk, but like, so he just did his thing, and then he just falls asleep on you. Like he's just that fucked up as well. Like, and then he in the morning says it's because you're in my bed. That's why I did it. And then you're saying, well, did you at least use a rubber? Like I don't know the whole thing. I don't.
I don't want to like blame rape victims or something like that, but I just feel like I would just be so angry for some shit. Like I'm gonna stab a nigga. I'm gonna tell the first person I see I just got raped. Like I'm telling everybody in the party, DJ, cut the music off. This nigga just raped me. Like
he woke up and then called him out as a rapist. Like
what is that gonna do? Hey, you're a rapist. Like we're in the same room.
I called him out, bro.
Yeah.
He did a lot more.
Yeah,
like,
so
you called him out.
I don't know. I don't want to blame her, but it's just
here's my theory.
Huh?
It was she's drunk, he's drunk, it was dark, they were fucking, the lights went on, she saw how ugly he was, and then she's like, fuck, I did not just get fucked by that dude. And then she went on a rampage to try to go after him.
That's mad insensitive, man.
It is.
Well, the rape story doesn't make sense, bro, and it's just like girls have a lot of power over men in these sorts of situations. Like maybe it was consensual at the time, but then afterwards she just didn't, like he ticked her off, and then now she's going after him.
Yeah, I don't know, man. These allegations are really hard to.
It's hard
to kind of gauge, especially like from the outside looking in, because we've seen it so many times where like, oh, he raped me, but then the dude never did it. Like,
but
you know
like
what I'm saying?
the
Kobe
guy
had
also
issue.
has power over the woman if he is raping her.
Exactly.
Just from physical, like, or just physically, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
Like it's a little different. I feel like it's hard to just like create a theory out of this because then. You kind of just seem like an asshole. Of
course.
You know what I mean?
JC seems like an asshole.
But
You
it was
a
funny,
theory.
though.
I mean,
It was funny.
we will never know until we see like the facts.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But she doesn't.
But we'll never know the facts. That's the thing. She's drunk. He's probably gonna say something about it. We'll never actually know what the facts are.
But she doesn't benefit from saying, "Oh, he raped me." You get what I'm saying? Like, there's no like, she doesn't get more popular. She doesn't get more famous. She wasn't even really attacking Kai like that. So it's like she's not clout chasing in that regard. She already has her own clout. So it's like, what does she gain by saying this dude raped me? So it's kind of like I believe. And then the thing that you said too, like, oh, okay, everybody that's saying, all the Kai fans saying that I should die or kill, like, and then now she's talking about suicidal thoughts and shit like
That's
that.
really
She can't eat. She can't socialize. She's been in the house for 24/7. Like, I don't think anybody would just lie about some shit like that.
Yeah.
You feel me? So I mean, it's a touchy subject, but again, like you just see the aftermath of it. Like there's nothing to gain from that. So I don't know. Rape is hard, man.
I mean, she is still gaining attention, but you're right as far as I think most people wouldn't lie about it. But at this point, I wouldn't put it past anybody. Like, I just got to see the facts because people be lying. Bro, Jussie Smollett. Come on, bro. Motherfuckers just be sick in the head. And also, there's just so many different, like, remember that girl was accusing Justin Bieber of, like, all this rape shit? And, like, she had so much different, like, evidence. And then he just very quickly proved they've never been in the same building together.
Yeah.
Tragic.
And you know, if it was Kai instead, then I'd be like, okay, now
Then,
we
yeah,
really
there's more of
gotta
an angle for
question
her.
it. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, because now it's like, okay, this guy's very popular. This other guy, I've never heard of him in my life.
He's
Like-
a slime bag.
Yeah, for sure.
What's his name? Gigi?
Jigui or
Gooey
Jigwe.
Sack?
It's probably Jigwe, but it's I'm gonna say Jigui because
Jigui.
Jigui Sack.
Bro, I had a thought, like, this case reminded me of, like, the college frat culture.
Yeah.
And I remember, like, going to school, like, it'd be, like, maybe 50 degrees out, Friday night, whatever, and you see these girls half naked. Then they go to the frat houses, and then you hear a story the next day, like, someone got raped and stuff. And I'm just thinking, like, a lot of times, like, you can avoid putting yourself in that situation. Like, why are you going half naked to a party with a bunch of horny-ass dudes who are probably, like, just looking to fuck? Everybody's drinking and stuff, and then
You
what
can't
happens
be getting
happens.
blacked out drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically what I'm trying to say is, like, you got to know, like, where you are. You got to be aware of your surroundings, and you can't just get fucked up to that point.
Devil's
So, like,
advocate. I should be able to wear what I want to wear and show my body.
You should, but
Hey, that's my
not
cue to
how-
head out. You can fight that one. But no, hey, yeah, y'all got whatever shit is after this.
Yeah.
I got to skirt off out of here. But yeah, y'all use as much time as you want because we're only at like an hour. And give me something good to cook up with. You feel me?
Okay. And then how do you stop the audio and shit? You just press the red button?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool.
And then make sure that shit don't come unplugged.
All right, bet.
Hey, bro, give me a puff.
Up to the viewers, man.
Give me a puff.
Puff free 2023.
Oh, JC, just take your rolled up mic off and just use the...
You can put the headphones on just to make sure the audio isn't fucked.
And then give it a clap.
Because I want to keep talking about this frat shit, because this is a topic that pisses me off.
I feel like frat guys are like necrophiliacs.
Whoa.
I'm not even kidding, bro. I've seen it happen at parties. So.
No, you haven't.
What are
you seen a frat dude fuck a dead body?
Nah. Might as well.
You've never seen no frat dude fuck a dead body?
Bro, this one time, look, I'll tell you this.
All right.
I was at a USC party, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's lit. We getting drunk. The frat floors are disgusting. You know what I mean? You've been to the parties. This girl, she was drinking all night, and then she was twisted, son, like crazy twisted. And I see these guys are kind of like surrounding her and stuff. And at one point, like she just kind of like passed out one of the guys like wake her up to take her to the room.
Wait, JC, you fucked it up.
I fucked up.
Cause I can't hear myself now.
I can't hear shit either.
Motherfucker.
Nah, but it was cutting in and out.
All right. So keep going.
All right, frat party, right?
Yeah.
USC. We go to the place. A few of my friends are there, and then I see a bunch of people, a lot of girls, a lot of guys, right? I see this girl. She's been sipping all night. She's cool, whatever. Then she's like really drunk. It's almost at the end of the night. Boom. She's laying down on the couch type shit. One of the guys gets her up, wakes her up, says some shit to her. Come into my room. And it's like, you know what's going down after that.
Yeah.
Because homeboy, next thing you know, he comes out the room shirtless.
Oh.
I'm like, God damn, this girl just passed out 2 minutes ago. And then next thing you know, you see him just come out the room. It's like, you don't know what's going to be claimed after. I thought that was Travis.
Yeah.
You don't know what's going to be claimed the next day or whatever, if it was on purpose. I don't know. Like, it's a hard conversation to have.
Well, I want you to answer the question. Okay, so a girl goes outside. She's at college. She's having a good time. She wants to dress a little skimpy. It's cold outside, right? But she wants to go to a party and enjoy herself. And so are you going to say that you're blaming her for, and just devil's advocate, right? Because I have my own take about it, but like, you're blaming her for the situation that she got put in, pretty much saying like, oh, because like, what about the guy shouldn't be raping, right? Like, what about that? Like, I should be able to wear what I want and not worry about getting raped. What's your response to that?
No, that's how things should be, but that's not how things are, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, like, obviously, like, society wants things to work a certain way, but unfortunately, you got to, like, accept the reality of, like, how things are. So, like, in this case, like, you have a bunch of, like, young, horny-ass college dudes who are just trying to fuck, bro, and they don't give a fuck. Like, they're drinking and shit, too, so a lot of them, like, aren't aware of their surroundings, like, I mean, maybe a lot of them just don't care. And then you have these girls that are like butt ass naked and shit. They're drinking too. And it just like, there's a good chance that you're going to get fucking raped. So don't fucking drink. Like, or don't put yourself in a situation like that. Like, go do something else.
Right.
But a lot of those girls are looking to get fucked. That's the thing. Like, you're not going to a frat house butt ass naked and shit when it's cold as fuck out around a bunch of horny ass dudes and not trying to get fucked. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm trying to get fucked, that's where I'm gonna fucking go to find some, you know. That's just my yeah, bro. That's just my take on it. I've never understood it. Like, if I was a female, bro, and I was afraid of getting raped and shit, I would not go there. It's like, would you go to the hood with a nice ass car? No, because there's a good chance I'm gonna get targeted, I'm gonna get robbed, I'm gonna get shot. Like, I don't know.
So you're on the side of like, you know, with all these ideas, they're kind of like trying to change like manhood. Or like not manhood, or the way raping, the way that men are. Actually, no.
I'm just saying, like, life, bro. Like, life works a certain type of way. Like, again, like with the whole hood reference. Like, I'm not gonna go with a bunch of jewelry and shit, like to a really ghetto part of like LA or whatever, expecting not to get robbed because I shouldn't get robbed because the laws say I shouldn't get robbed. I'm gonna get robbed. And that's just how things are, so I know not to go there with a bunch of jewelry and shit.
Yeah, I would agree with that. You have to understand that like men are primal and they still have primal tendencies and are aggressive. And you have to understand as a woman that you are a target, right? And we have this conversation about like, oh, okay, are women and equality and stuff like that. But no, the physical prowess of a man, he's gonna overpower you. And there's nothing you could do. If a man wanted to take you and kidnap you, he could do that. Exactly. Like, I don't care what karate class you fucking think you tried out, what MMA you doing. Like, even the best female MMA fighter right now, you could probably fuck her up if you say like, if she was a little bit drunk at a party, something like that.
Yeah, you could those cheeks.
No.
Whoa.
I'm saying like you could probably have your way with her. So I feel like women have to understand that and take precaution and understand that like, bro, there's people who are targeting you just because you don't see yourself as a target. Like, we still live in a society where there's predators and prey. Like, these are things that we just kind of forget about because, society and how we feel about things and gender and all this other shit. But it's like, no, you need to protect yourself. You need to have a gun. You need to have a knife. Like, I think every woman should have a gun, especially if you're living by yourself at an apartment or like I'll be watching active self-protection and I see so many videos of women just being targeted. Why? Because robbers know I have an easier chance to steal this lady's purse, steal this lady's car, break into this lady's house because she's by herself. Like, you gotta take precaution about some shit like that. Like,
biologically, we are not equal. We will never be equal. So when people be talking about equality, it's like, bro, maybe in certain like societal aspects, but like biologically, bro, we will never be equal. That's why we can't do co-op sports. Like, it doesn't make sense. I don't understand people who are trying to push that shit because like, it doesn't work. Yeah. You put a tranny into like the WNBA or some shit, he'll be clapping cheeks, bro. So like, I
think
just
that's
don't
a misconception.
people.
Like the whole equality thing. Like, why can't we just compliment each other? There's certain things that men do better, and there's certain things that women do better, and we need to understand that we are two sides of the same pole: a negative side of the magnet and a positive side of the magnet. And if you cut one off, you don't have the other. So it's like I don't understand this big fight about if anything a man could do, I could do. That's not true. Like that's not true at all. Like if we were in the military and a 6'8" motherfucking 250 dude is on the front line and he got shot and had to get dragged out the field, I would not want a 5'4", 140 something woman trying to carry me out. Like we're all gonna die now. You get what I'm saying? Like there's certain things that men do better, some things that women do better. We need to understand that, and as a society, stop trying to fight each other because it just doesn't make sense. We complement each other. We need each other. Without women, we don't exist. Without men, y'all don't exist. Like it just doesn't work.
And I think the majority of women don't want that type of equality. It's just getting pushed by like the extreme left and shit, to be honest. And again, like you said, like we complement each other. Yeah. And I mean, biologically, just you look from an evolutionary standpoint, like women want to be supported by a dominant man. And if you run into a woman who's like talking some other shit, talking about like they want equality, they want to wear the pants and shit, bro, you got to just drop them because that's not the type of woman you want. I don't know why we're talking about relationships and shit now.
No, you love talking about relationships.
I do, bro. You guys are your Andrew Tate shit right now. Let's
get into Andrew.
Let's talk about Andrew real quick.
Let's get into Andrew Tate, man.
All right, so Andrew Tate recently got his car seized. If you guys don't know, he is in jail right now. Held. He's actually guilty until proven innocent because he is in Romania.
Yeah.
So he got his Bugatti fucking seized, $2.9 million Bugatti. Yeah. He got a bunch of other cars
all
seized.
His cars, I think.
Yeah, it's like 11 of them. They're seizing it because supposedly I guess in Romania, if they seize your cars, they're probably going to use it to fund the investigation and to give the victims like some type of reimbursement if he is put into jail, if he's like convicted in the case. So last week we didn't know this, but the Tate brothers arrested and 2 Romanian women on December 29th for allegedly keeping 6 women as virtual prisoners and forcing them to have sex on camera for subscribers of Tate's Hustlers University. And
how do you force them to do that though if it's virtual? Like they're in his house and shit, like in a dungeon with a camera.
That's kind of what it sounds like.
That's how they're trying to paint it. So they're saying they have 6 women that are ready to testify, right? Yeah. So what does Andrew Tate do in this moment? You got to find other women that will help you testify against them to make their testimony bullshit. Like you got to be able to just like annihilate their shit because of how good of a person you are, right? So it's kind of a tricky situation because of a lot of the content that Andrew Tate has on YouTube, on TikTok, all these different platforms. So I don't know how Romanian like trials work, but if there's a jury and all that, it's like they might be able to paint a pretty scary picture of Andrew Tate. Yeah. But we got to see what Andrew's lawyer is going to do for him.
I feel like they've already tried to really paint that picture because anytime you type in Andrew Tate's name, he's the misogynistic, you know what I'm saying, bravado guy.
All the articles.
Right. All the articles are saying that, right? And I didn't know this last time we talked about it, but I saw a compilation of some clips of him talking about women, and it's not in the best light, right? Like you can say, oh, he might be joking. He's like, oh, yeah, if she's doing this or she says or she's trying to blame me or disrespect me, you got to choke her and slap her and throw her around.
He said that shit for real?
Yeah.
I've never heard him say like physical shit.
It was for content.
But
in a court of law, it's like, oh, okay, so you're gonna just say those things weren't true, even though you consistently say them. Oh, that's a character,
right?
But what if that is just your character,
right? And they say he had like 75 different women, and oh no, you can't go outside. They don't go out. They don't do shit like that. And it's like, bro, that does sound kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? But like when it comes to the social aspect, I mean, he said a lot of right things. He said a lot of things that would kind of be considered crazy, but he says the things that nobody else wants to say. Right? Yeah. And it might be the right message. It's just the way he feeds you the spoon of medicine that people don't like.
He feeds the spoon of medicine to men more than women.
Right.
There's a reason why women don't listen to him because it's mainly packaged for men.
Right.
You know, like sometimes...
I mean Western women.
Sure. Yeah.
Point, yeah.
But that is a good point. But at the same time, it's like Andrew Tate, I think he has one of the greatest like observations on like gender dynamics. You know, like he's able to point out what the guy wants and also what a woman might want. But sometimes he goes a little hard for like the women, and it's packaged in a way that's like they're like, ew, like I don't want to fucking hear this. But for the most part, I think he does a really good job at like kind of pointing out the gender differences.
You guys got to think of how fast this guy just blew up on the internet, right? And I think it's just because a lot of people secretly like agree with a lot of things he says, but society doesn't let you sort of express that masculine side of dudes, right? So the fact that the governments are now after him, I think the U.S. government collaborated with the Romanian government to take him down. I think it's just because when you reach a certain level of wealth, you get involved with various types of governments and stuff.
Wait, why do you say the U.S. government?
I think I read somewhere that U.S. authorities were involved in the takedown of Andrew Tate, whether it be like evidence that the U.S. government had found, whether it be from like a testimony from a girl.
I think that was I think that's more on the conspiracy side, because I also saw something like that, and they were talking about that Romanian government is working with American big tech to take him down, but it's like there's no truth. No factual evidence to it yet.
But see, another thing that didn't make sense, like something you had mentioned earlier, is the seizure of his cars. Governments can typically seize assets, but I don't think that means they can necessarily go off and sell it.
So the reason that they, or at least from I don't know if it's just America or Romania, but like they can seize assets if they thought you got it from like being a bad actor.
Forfeiture or some shit.
Yeah, so like let's say you got the cars by selling drugs, then we can take your cars.
So this is like a money laundering charge then. It's not.
Yeah, I mean in a way. So it's like that's why they can say, oh, we can take your stuff because you got it doing illegal activities. Let's say we got to change the battery on that one.
But what's weird is that his cars, I think for the most part, or he has some cars like the Bugatti's registered in Dubai. Right? So if how does the Romanian government seize an asset that doesn't belong to Romania? Right? And so that's one thing. The second thing that's really confusing is how they ended up arresting Tate, right? I know some people were saying it was a pizza box, but that ended up being bullshit, right? But the timing of the Greta tweet and Andrew Tate's takedown is just extremely strange. Like sometimes you got to question these things. Like, was that a coincidence? I don't know. Maybe he just ticked off the wrong person who had special contacts to be able to just, take him down.
Yeah. Okay, so like, what do you say about, because he also had a comment saying, oh, I live in Romania because it's easier to get away with shit pretty much. Like, and then he also was like, oh, if I ever need to go on the run, I have all these different passports. It's like, why would you need to go on the run? Like, he kind of told on himself in a weird way, especially about like all the other shit. Like, oh yeah, I have all these women and they all love me, and if you need to slap them around, slap them around. If I need to get away, I can get away. I have my money moving around everywhere. I have all these different passports. It's kind of like you're painting a weird picture, already kind of like painting yourself in a weird corner, especially in the court of law if they're gonna look at that stuff.
Didn't he mention that he's sort of involved with like the mafia and stuff? Like the people who run the casinos out there in Romania are like mafia. So maybe like, I don't know, he ticked off the wrong person, he fucked someone over. And now they're like out to get him because, again, like especially in a poor country like that, it's like the people who have money run the country. Especially like it seems like the casinos are the ones that really make money for the country. So these people who maybe he had a bad business dealing with at one point, they were like, oh, now's the opportunity to take him down because the spotlight's on him. Greta just fucking threw a shot at him, so let's throw another shot, and it's like.
Yeah, I'm kind of worried.
It's like, yeah, we could speculate that him saying Greta. His beef with Greta could have just sparked this whole thing, but at the end of the day, it's like he's getting charged with what he's getting charged right now. Right. We can't figure it out until the facts actually come out. True. It's like we could speculate and be like, since he did say something to Greta, it might be the Matrix, and they already tried taking him down, getting him off the platforms. So now this is the second part of the plan of the Matrix, but it's like we don't really have the facts yet. And if anything, from learning from the Tory case, I'm just like, I cannot be biased, son. Yeah, bro. I cannot be that biased.
Wait, so what are the official charges then? Is it not money laundering?
Human trafficking.
Human trafficking.
But then they're going to also probably investigate everything else because, like, how'd you get the money? Because he did say after he finished kickboxing, he sold drugs for a little bit, So, I mean, there's a lot of different things that can go on. But, like, I'm kind of worried. Like, I'm not an Andrew Tate fan, right? I'm a fan of people speaking their mind and speaking their own truth. Right, and I see like a lot of stuff that he said has some truth to it. So that's really more so like, well, I'm like, okay, go Andrew Tate, like keep doing your shit in that regard. But like the longer that this goes on, I'm kind of worried for him. Like, okay, now you got 6 people coming out, right? You had people before, but those got thrown out as false or whatever. People were drunk, some voice notes. But like now it's kind of like, bro, you really could go to jail for a long ass time, and then you kind of already snitched on yourself in that in the previous like Fresh and Fit podcast and stuff like that. Yeah. So. Yeah. It's kind of like I don't want to see him go down because I'm thinking, okay, my conspiracy like my conspiracy mind, right?
Yeah.
Because I also brought up this point, right? Yeah. I was like, I don't think Andrew Tate is that powerful enough to disrupt the Matrix enough for him to get this type of flack, right? Like he says stuff to men, he talks about women, but like those are really more so relationship, social shits, right? I don't think he's that powerful to where the governments are like, oh, we got to take this guy down. Like when CIA secrets get released by somebody or some shit like that, those people just disappear. Like they're dead. You never hear about them again. You know, or Epstein didn't kill himself. Like shit like that, right? I don't think Andrew is that. I don't think Andrew is that pivotal of a piece to where the Matrix really needs to attack him like that, right? So now it's like, I don't want to see a good guy go down. If you know what I'm saying, like if that's the case,
something that he's probably not even doing to like that type of a level, right?
Right. Yeah. Like,
but Andrew always makes that point that the reason that the Matrix would want to take him down is because he's affecting young kids' minds, like children, like not children, like teens. You know, he was voted the most popular influencer within teens.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like teenage boys, and you know, we're in this era where it's like, the type of things that are being promoted, we kind of see what's going on. You know, like if you say anything about the LGBTQ, getting canceled pretty easy. You can't be showing your masculine side as much, or you can, but you just can't be. You have to learn how to package it in a way, maybe like Andrew Tate, like a little bit better and smarter. But
bro, here's another theory, right? So he had sort of laid out that like, okay, first he's gonna get arrested, then I don't know, they're gonna try to kill him. Like, you remember how he had like theory, like what's gonna happen? What if he's collaborating with the Romanian government to shine a light on the Matrix and corruption and all that kind of stuff? Because like the news, like he got arrested, we saw the footage and whatever, but who knows if maybe he was released right after. He's sitting at his house right now just chilling, looking at the news, looking at all these dumbass articles and stuff, and then with his cars being seized, like. We're hearing these things, but are we seeing anything? Are we seeing like evidence, any sort of evidence? No, it's all just
we're just hearing about it.
But it's like I believe it through the people who's reporting on it. Like there's certain people who are reporting on it, like PBD, Patrick Bet David. You have like DJ Academics. Everybody that's reporting on it, I feel like certain people are pretty solid sources.
Where are they getting their information from? It's Romania. They have contacts in Romania?
Right.
Romania.
I don't trust anything that comes out of the media, honestly. But I don't think that Andrew Tate's doing this as some conspiracy martyr program to shine the light on the Matrix. Because at the end of the day, let's say Andrew Tate gets locked up. In a year from now, we're not going to be like, free Andrew Tate and fuck the Matrix. Like, bro, everybody has their own individual lives and you're going to move on. Like, nobody really cares that much. I mean, we love the entertainment. We love the value. But we're not going to go to Romania with sticks and fucking, you know what I'm saying, like Molotov cocktails ready to free Andrew Tate if that's the case. Like, like nobody cares that much, to be completely honest.
It just doesn't make sense though, because he probably brought so much he brought so much attention to Romania. He brought probably so much like money and shit through like his investments, and also just like who gave a shit about Romania before Andrew Tate? Let's be honest.
And Romania's broke.
Well, it's not like he's bringing like the Olympics to Romania or anything like that. Like, what did he really bring to Romania?
The casinos,
I mean, just attention. Maybe attention.
He just showed off his own house.
Right.
And he just showed off his own house and his cars.
Ben Shapiro made a good point, though. He was like, I don't know if Andrew Tate is the best representation of what masculinity is, because even though he's talking about, you know, like the social aspects of it, you flexing shirtless with a bunch of cars doesn't necessarily mean that that's what masculinity should be, because like having a family, raising a family and having a wife and living that kind of traditional lifestyle would be more beneficial if you're trying to talk to the younger generation than like, oh yeah, have a bunch of women as like a harem and they all love you and do everything to your whim pretty much. All these fast cars. That's kind of like a different aspect of kind of like showing off of like a narcissistic type of thing versus pure masculinity for the sake of I want to help men. You get what I'm saying?
And every year we get like this new alpha guy that's showing off his lifestyle and how nice everything is. Liver King. But yeah, I feel like we get a new one every single year. So it's not really like something. I think we should know that isn't masculinity. But for young impressionable minds, it's like really easy to know that. Oh, okay. That's what I want to be like. I want to be that alpha man.
Yeah.
I mean, back to what you were saying about the cars, shirtless women. I feel like, bro, realistically, like all dudes want that. Maybe a lot. Obviously, it's like very unattainable for like most people. But like, if you were put in that situation, bro, would you Would you say no to it? No, I'd fucking do that shit. I post that shit all up on the internet, let all my homies see, like, damn, I got 20 bad bitches at my house with nice cars. Yeah. Like, look at my body and shit, like, I'm fit, bro. I got money. Like, I would do that. Like, I'm just saying, like, I feel like most guys would.
Me personally, that doesn't intrigue me. I'd rather have the money over the fame all day. You feel me? I really don't care about the fame, but
money comes with the fame.
Yeah. I mean, I see what you're saying though, because I mean, you're gonna want to brag for a little bit. Like, I got this watch, I got this car, I got this shit. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta understand what comes with that.
With women too, are you gonna lock down one girl when you have like that much money, that much power? Nah, bro. I could just fuck a bitch this week and I'll fuck another bitch the next week. And
I like the idea of having one girl. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like it keeps me stable. It keeps me centered. It keeps me grounded.
But from time to time, it's like you don't feel like you
get tired of it, bro.
I don't know. I feel like you should work on some shit like that, man. Like, I feel like that's society's definition of what you should be as a man, to say, oh, I should conquer the world and fuck every girl I see. Like, nah, I feel like I want to build with somebody and grow with somebody and share experiences with somebody. You feel me? Like, versus, oh, I just want to fuck somebody to fuck them. Because, like, okay, when I was in a relationship, I was never even thinking about, oh, I'm looking at other girls to cheat, or like, as a like, oh, I have my cake, let me eat it too. Like, I'm not an opportunistic person like that. Like, if I'm with you, I'm with you. Like, let's build and let's ride it till the wheels fall off. You feel me? Because, like, if I'm looking at somebody else, I don't care if you got
but you
fat
never
ass.
got annoyed at your girl?
Of course. But I'm never,
like...
but at that moment, I'm not like, I'm finna go fuck another girl. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that wasn't my solution, because it's like, okay, you got ass, you got titties, but you don't have what I built with this person. Like, we built something special. This is something that's sacred to me. Like, I hold on to that and I value that. Like I'm done letting other people of ideas of masculinity, of what it means to be a man, or how you should act as a man, dictate my own relationships and shit like that.
Yeah, you got your own mangina, bro.
Exactly.
You got your own mangina.
My own jacuzzi sack.
Yeah, but that type of girl you describing, bro, don't exist no more. Like, girls today are just like hella entitled and shit. Girls today feel like, okay, I'll fuck around with this guy for a little bit and then I'll just move on to the next. Like, girls will just be fucking and fucking. It's like,
I think when people talk about like those girls don't exist anymore, it's like, dog, we live in LA and Fresh and Fit is in Miami, and all these other people are in different places, so your scope of women is very small compared to the world. Like, some bitch in Bogalusa, Kansas, is probably not thinking about any of those things. And I understand, like, our cell phones might have poisoned us in a way to think, or not us, maybe some women to think, like...
My ex was born in Kansas.
In Kansas, bro. You see? You try to build with her.
Yeah, fuck that.
But yeah, I feel like we always talk about the same type of women every single time, but there's so many different types of women in the world.
Go find you a Mormon that only goes to church and she won't be like that.
And you can be docking.
You can't find a woman from like the Western world, bro. You got to go to fucking Europe. You got to go to any other country but the United States of America, bro, and you might find a legit girl, and then you can bring her back. Because I don't know.
Just order them.
Bro,
mail order brides.
Bro, I was sitting down thinking about this the other day about like just people around me who have been in relationships, who have been married, whatever, bro. And it's just like none of them have lasted a super long time. Like divorce rates being super high. Like I have very few friends who have been in a committed relationship for like a long period of time to where like they're really happy. People have been together that are for a long period of time, let's say like 10, 15 years or whatever, and they're still together, bro. Most of the time it's just because they want a companion, they don't want to be alone. They're more like roommates and stuff. But I feel like when I go over to like Europe and stuff and I see, I don't know, like family, friends, whatever, people who have been in a relationship for a long time, bro, they actually love each other. Mm-hmm. They actually care about each other. Out here, it's not like that, bro. It's always tied to like money. It's tied to, I don't know. It's tied to not personality. It's tied to like
or your value.
Status. Yeah, bro. I don't know. Western women are definitely different than girls from like other parts of the world is what I'm trying to
My mom and my dad, they stayed together all those years, and it was love, but at the same time...
They weren't born in America.
Yeah, well, no, I know. I know, but that shit was horrible.
Bro, but on the topic of cheating, did you want to go into, like, the Gabrielle Union thing?
All right, so yeah, y'all got to run me down on the Gabrielle shit, because I really don't know.
All right, take it away.
Hey!
All right, so Gabrielle Union, recently she was on a podcast, and she was talking about her ex-lover and how she used to pay all the bills. And since she was paying all the bills, it made it... She kind of felt like it was kind of reasonable for her to cheat.
Where'd she get her money from, by the way? She
acting, bro. What the fuck?
She acting?
I don't know Gabrielle Union.
Bro, what?
She D-Wade's wife.
That's what? Gabrielle Union. She
was
Gabrielle
she had
Union
more
before
money than D-Wade. Before D-Wade had money.
Yeah, look at
you gotta understand. Yeah, you never seen Bad Boys 2?
It's been a minute.
Oh my god,
bro, come on. Yeah, so she said that People started going a little crazy, but I feel like a lot of guys kind of probably think like that if you're a man of a lot of wealth. What do you guys think about that?
I mean, I know how you about to see. I know what you about to say.
Yeah, that's why I want to cool down.
These Western women.
Come on, Andrew.
Yeah,
Come on, Andrew.
I don't know. Just the dynamic's weird. I feel like if you're in a relationship where like the girl's making more money than you, bro, you're kind of fucked. Cause like I know someone like that where like, I mean, he makes a good amount of money, but his wife probably makes like 50 times the amount. And then the dynamic's just weird. Like you're going out to dinner and then like she'll slide you the card and then you act like you're paying and shit. But like in her situation, like she's trying to justify cheating, right? Because like she is the breadwinner and stuff. So
she wears the pants.
Yeah, bro, that just kind of
Pants to
bullshit.
panties.
This is a topic of cheating generally. I feel like cheating, I have zero tolerance for that bullshit, bro. Like if you're not feeling the other person, bro, just end it. Like why are you still with that person? Why are you wasting that person's time? Why are you wasting your time?
Yeah. No, I agree. If you're gonna
It's
cheat,
nice to eat the cake and get your own shit too, all right? It's nice to eat the cake and get some fries on the side.
yeah. I mean, there's really no excuse for cheating. Like, and then if he cheated first and I'm cheating back, like none of that shit should happen. Like, just tell me if you're not fucking. If you wake up one day, we've been dating for 2 years, and you're like, you know what? I don't really fuck with this dude like that. Please just tell me. I won't be hurt. Like I'll be like, all right, bet. I understand humans have their own ideas about what they want in their own life. Like this is your journey, this is my journey. Just let me know. But I mean, there's really no excuse for cheating. But I can see where she has that argument because it's like again, like you said, right? As a man in the relationship, you want to kind of play that dominant role, right? Yeah. And you want your woman to play that submissive role, right? You can't be daddy if you're not, you know what I'm saying? If you don't have bills, you're not putting food on the table, right? Because she's always going to harp back on like, well, you're not making money. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't really control her in bed like that. You can't choke her, just call her, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's like the feminine energy and masculine energy. Like, we both have masculine and feminine energy inside of us, but
I ain't got no feminine energy. What you talking
got
about?
feminine energy in you, dog. 100%. You got a little
what
bit.
What you trying to say?
Sometimes it might. You wearing pink, dog.
That's masculine as fuck. What you talking about, bro?
Playboy.
Boy, bro. It says boy right there.
Playgirls. But,
oh, shit.
No, but like men and women, like women have masculine energy, but women would love to be more in their feminine energy. Like,
yeah, they want to be dominated,
energy
bro.
is more like it has more direction. So her paying the bills and all this type of shit, she kind of has most of the masculine energy.
It just won't work.
And now the guy is kind of stepping into his feminine energy because he doesn't have power in certain parts of the relationship.
Right.
Just like you're saying, when you're having sex, it's like you can't do certain things to her.
Whose pussy is it? You can't ask that type of question. You feel me? Because it's like the role has been reversed. Like, because as a guy,
it's my dick.
Because like, as a dude, right? Like, you want to be your provider and you want to protect. You want to do that for your family and your wife. You just really can't do that if you don't have the money, right?
Bro.
And you got to make sure you're with somebody with a woman who understands that, right? Because I do think a relationship can work if the girl or the woman is making more money than the guy.
If the guy knows his role.
If the guy knows his role, but you have to be so secure within yourself, and you have to be like on your grind type shit. You can't just be like, oh yeah, I'm working at Target, and she
or be
has
the best dad.
Or a stay-at-home dad, but y'all have to come to that agreement though. Like y'all have to both understand that. I don't think that in their relationship with Gabrielle and her ex that they came to that agreement. Like she was probably just making more money. He was still just chilling. Like maybe I don't know. I don't know their life. But for her to justify cheating in that way, I don't think he was grinding the way he was supposed to. Because I think a woman would still stay with you, even if, you know what I'm saying, she is making more money, if she sees you have ambition, she sees you have drive, she sees you have something going for yourself. Like, you're not just a regular dude playing video games with Cheeto dust on his fingers. You get what I'm saying? Like, if you're like still trying to go out there every single day getting a job, or you're on your creative shit, like foot to the, you know what I'm saying, foot to the pedal, she won't worry about that shit at all. You feel me? Because you're still in your masculine energy. Like, yeah, baby, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm doing it for you. Like,
could you see someone like Beyonce with someone who makes less money than her? You know, like Jay-Z cheated on her ass, right? But she can't go to anybody else because she won't find any dude who has more money than her.
She could find another dude who satisfies her. I think they're together for the kids or just like media in general because they are a power couple.
Look at Kim K.
She could find another guy. She went with Pete. You feel me? Like she could find another dick.
She was just fucking though, bro. She wasn't gonna lock that down.
But a woman could find another dick at any moment. Rihanna was fucking with a prince. Like, he had the bread, but now she's fucking with ASAP. ASAP don't have the same money as the prince. Like, that shit don't matter.
Rihanna probably got more money than ASAP.
Probably.
She's a billionaire.
Yeah, probably, especially with Finny. No, they have a baby. Like, they're cool together.
Shit, Kim and Kanye got what, 3 kids, 4 kids?
Yeah, but I mean, just based off the financial aspect, like, I don't think Rihanna's just gonna start cheating on ASAP. You feel me? Like, For what?
Oh, yeah,
just because she
not,
has more money.
Yeah, no. I'm not trying to talk about the cheating. I'm just saying I don't think the relationship's gonna last. I don't think the dynamic works in a situation where like the woman makes a lot more than the man. I think the man can assert some dominance and shit, but I feel like a lot of the dominance comes from being the breadwinner, being the like you can control everything because you make the bread. But it's just like if you're in a situation where like the girl has more power, like money is power, bro, especially in today's day and age. So it's like the girl's in a position where like she could shit all over you at any point in time. It's just like you know that in the back of your head, and you can't.
It kind of does fuck with you as a dude when you're not making money like that. Because I remember when I didn't have money like that. It's hard. Like she wants some food, you're like I can't get the food. Like you're angry, you're irritated and shit like that. Like okay, but look, dominance aside, right? Do you think that you could find another role as a man that you could play to still support the relationship, even if you're not the breadwinner?
I think it's being the best dad you could possibly be.
What if you don't have kids?
Then be her fucking best emotional support you could possibly be.
What the fuck?
I'm telling
I mean,
you,
that makes sense.
Because women need these emotional like gymnastics for you to be in a healthy relationship. It's not even just women, men and women. We both need that shit. Mm-hmm. You need to be able to fulfill her in other ways besides not making bread. That's a huge one, probably for a lot of women. But if the girl's down to be with you, knowing that you don't have much money, you need to fulfill her in other ways.
Yeah, let me rub your feet, baby. Let me give you a massage. Let me take them.
Okay, going back to the Gabrielle Union shit, right? She feels like she could cheat because she was paying the bills. So is this an invitation for Dwayne Wade to go smash these other hoes? Or men?
Man, double standards, bro. Only females can do that. But on some real shit though, like what I'm trying to understand is like, why does she like the cheating shit? It just keeps bothering the fuck out of me, bro. It's like, don't fucking cheat, bro. Like if you cheat, you're a piece of fucking shit.
Say it louder, JC, for the people in the back.
Piece of shit.
Who broke your heart?
Don't worry about it. I actually never got cheated on though. I never got cheated on.
Or that you know of.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know people who get cheated on, but a lot of those relationships are toxic.
No. You don't know if she cheated or not.
Yeah,
you never know. Because I can say, oh, I never been cheated on. I just never caught her. You know what I mean? Like I just don't know. I got speculations.
I know some homies that they're just like, man, she probably cheated on me, so I'm gonna go smash this other bitch right now.
That's crazy. That's some mental gymnastics right there to say, oh, she might be cheating on me. Yo, I have suspicion, so let me just go do it.
She was just taking a nap. She didn't answer my phone calls.
And that's so funny. Like, dudes are so fragile like that. Like, the second that, she not answering your phone call for 5 hours, like, who was she fucking? Like, I know she fucking somebody, man.
Hey, bro, these girls is hoes, man. Sorry, you can't change it.
See, but I feel like that's a self-fulfilling prophecy, bro. You keep saying these girls is hoes, you gonna keep finding hoes.
They are, at least here. Sorry, maybe not in fucking
They're
Buffalo,
not just
Kansas
hoes
and shit.
here. It's not every single girl is a hoe out here. You're in a very populated area where everybody's trying to get this fame. Everybody's trying to get this clout, you know. So
they gotta fuck for it.
Probably, maybe. What do you think pussy is? Power. Yeah.
I mean, for them, it's power. That's all the only power they have.
See, what do you mean?
Okay, JC. Okay, if you went to the library, right, you saw a girl over there with glasses and acne, and her body wasn't the best, right? But let's say she wasn't perfectly attractive, like let's say in your eyes physically attractive, but she met every other quality. You don't think she's gonna cheat, right? Like you feel like, let's say she was wifey material, but she didn't meet that quality.
I don't put cheating past anybody.
Yeah.
Okay, so even if she's not physically attractive, you think that okay?
Yeah, because think about it. Like if she's with somebody who's average and she's average, and then a good-looking dude comes by, it could be tempting. There's temptations. That's one of the hardest parts about not cheating. It's like temptation.
What do y'all consider cheating though? Like getting fucked?
So there's different types of cheating. Yeah, you can cheat
you
emotionally and you can cheat physically. Right, because I don't think you can mentally cheat, but like emotional cheating is like you're using somebody else as your emotional support, where it's like you should be coming to me for that as your guy. Now, physical cheating, I feel like it's worse than emotional cheating because it's like you really just fuck this nigga. Like at that point, I'm looking at you like you're a goofy. Like that's like you just threw everything away just by opening your legs. Like you fucking asshole. You know, I ain't gonna say words like that, but
asshole,
fucking asshole.
Oh yeah, y'all trying to stop cussing, huh?
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, there's different types of cheating. It's just like if that's the scenario, just leave me the fuck out of it. Leave me alone. Like if you're with me and we're together for years, but you're still hitting your ex up, like I don't leave me alone.
Travis is gonna love editing this. I can tell.
Yeah, bro. Back to the thing where like the girl makes hella bread and shit. I feel like as a dude, it'd be cool. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like if a bitch had a lot of money, bro, and I just be having fun and shit. But I know it's not gonna last. There's no way in hell I can go long term with a girl who makes more money than me.
But what if she really loves you for you type shit? She buying you shit. She buying you the Prada, the Gucci, Ferragamo, like
I mean, how far in are we? Are we 1 year in? Are we 5 years in?
7.
7 years in, and she still loves me like that?
I'm saying, like, she don't even care that she make more money. Like,
they do care though, bro. Like, how can you not care?
It's gonna be used in a fight at some point.
Yeah.
I feel like if there's an argument happening, it's like that is some juice.
probably the first thing she gonna say.
Probably the last thing. Because that would probably be the end of the argument. Because it's like, what the fuck you gonna say after that?
Yeah,
bitch,
bro.
I make more money than you.
Like, my yacht bigger than yours.
But let's say she doesn't have an attachment to monetary shit like that. Let's say her dad has just hella dummy bread, right? And let's say it's more of a hit inheritance bread versus like she started her own business bread. Because that's different, right? Because let's say she has her own business, independent bread, she gonna want that from her partner. She wants her partner to be independent on this hustle type shit. If it's inheritance bread and she just got it, but she loves you to death, like you hitting it right, you do it, you fulfill everything emotionally, you hit every other square besides the money. I think she can get over that, and I think you can get over that too.
Nah, I think it's always gonna be a problem because in the back of your head, you always know she holds more power than you. And it's gonna affect you psychologically. Like, I don't feel like that's something as a masculine dude could look past. Maybe if you're gay or some shit. Maybe if you're like you got a little feminine energy in you, like maybe you could look past it. But like for a man who's dominant and wants to like assert as much power as he can,
control.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but it is what it is. Like also girls want that. It's just like it's not possible because you know your pockets aren't as deep. Because bro, like money is everything in this world.
Nah, really? You really think just money's everything in this
world? At least in the Western society. I think most other parts of the world, people look at life a lot differently. But I feel like, especially here in LA and shit, big cities, like people are always just trying to chase a bag.
I feel like it's...
Think about it. When you wake up in the morning, you're trying to chase a bag.
You're chasing a bag, of course. Don't get me wrong. But I feel like it's your purpose. I think purpose runs the world. Like, or like, because like, without your, if you don't know your purpose, then you won't have intrinsic motivation. You know, we talked about motivation earlier. Like, you're not gonna want to go get the bag. Like, we talk about Earl Nightingale and how success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal or goal, right? Yeah. So if you're gonna be, if you want to be successful, you could be the freaking janitor. But if you know this is your purpose and you know this is the goal that you've been freaking fantasizing about, then you're successful. Right? So that's where I don't think that money just runs the world, because some people are happy just being a mother or just a high school teacher or being gay.
Okay, but are you chasing the money, or are you chasing what the money can give you, which is security, peace, freedom to you know what I'm saying, provide for your family? Like,
yeah. I want financial freedom is basically what I want to achieve. And then once I can achieve financial freedom, then I can really pursue you know, who I am as a person. I can figure out my purpose. I can figure out like why, like what my mission is in life, you know. But until then, you really don't have the freedom to do that, because in the back of your mind you're thinking, okay, I'm still gonna need to find a career that maybe I like a little bit, but it's gonna need to be able to support me so I can, you know, pay my bills and survive. But once you're financially free, you can really look at life differently.
I think that's just the capitalistic Western society, because if you, let's say you go to a tribe somewhere and or like the Aborigines or something like that, they don't even know what the fuck money is. Like, money's not a concept to them. They more like trade and barter. Okay, you got some shells, I got some sticks. Like, I'm gonna give you that, you take this, right?
Survival mode.
But there's kids that can run around and have the joy playing with mud. Like, they don't know what money is or PSPs and shit like that. It's just our perception of it, because we open up Pandora's box and say, this is what we have to do, this is what you have to fight for, because it feeds the system that we live in. But let's say people start pulling their money out of shit, and let's say money just absolves. Like, I feel like we can find other things besides money and material things, that material objects that can give us peace. Like, have you ever planted? You ever have a plant?
Yeah.
I had a plant. That shit was great. Weed. And it started with one little pink, you know what I'm saying, one little pink flower.
Yo, so what happened to the plant?
I mean, it died. I'm saying, like, I mean, the life expectancy of shit like that. I mean, yeah, like the life expectancy of shit like that is lower, right? But like, I had joy watching, you know what I'm saying, going to the store, like, I'm gonna go buy a plant today. I'm walking around and the plant, I felt like it fucking talked to me, right? I'm like, oh, this is the one for me. And I walked away. I'm looking at another one. I'm like, nah, that one pink one was the one, right? And I look at the name of it. It's a dianthus, flower of the gods. Whoa. I was like, see, I knew this plant was for me type shit. You feel me? So then I buy it, and it starts in this little ass pot, you know what I'm saying, that you get from Lowe's. And I'm like, let me go buy another pot for it. And I put another pot. I stole some soil. I stole some manure, bro. I stole some fucking cow shit, bro. Like,
why the fuck you stealing manure, bro?
Because I wasn't finna pay $2 for a big ass.
But you could just shit in a bucket, bro. It's the same thing.
That's not the same.
Yeah,
that is not.
There was cow shit.
That's not
Bro, you be
fertilizer.
taking massive shits then, huh?
But okay,
Yeah.
I bought the plant, and the next thing I know, I start watering it. A week later, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now it's like a whole plant, right? Goes back down, right? Next thing you know, it comes back up, goes back. I'm watching the life process of it, and I'm like, that has nothing to do with money. Like, that's something that's like, I just wanted to do, and I saw the joy watching the life and flowering it and seeing that grow and blossom the way it did. Like, that had nothing to do with me playing video games, something like that. Like, I had more joy doing that than I did any moment I had playing video games, honestly.
That's why I think life is all perspective, bro. Like, you could be the poorest person in the world, but you could be happy. You could be happy with what you have. You could be content. Versus, there's a lot of rich people who, Dave & Buster's dude just killed himself, right? The dude who,
That's
the
crazy.
vice president, one of the co-founders, whatever, dude just killed himself. Probably has all the money available to him. So that's why I think life is all about perspective, and it's how you look at things, how you assess things.
Well, no, you said money is everything.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, because I grew up in fucking LA, bro. That's just how it is, bro. That's just like,
Even
and I'm
Mike Tyson
Persian
was
too.
like that. Mike Tyson, like, when he went to jail, he was like, I went to jail and, like, lost all that money or whatever. But, like, he found peace in jail. Like, you can't pay for peace.
You can't. And
Like, that's something you got to find within yourself on a mental aspect. You can't buy that type of shit.
yeah, I think over everything, I think happiness is the most important part
I think
of
that's
life.
bullshit.
Yeah.
I feel like happiness is
I
ephemeral.
think the pursuit of happiness is what, like, when people talk about like what their end goal is in life, like what they're trying to achieve in life, I think it's you do what makes you happy. All things aside.
Okay.
So for some people that could be money, for some people that could be giving back to your community, for some people that could be killing other people. Like, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, I'm just saying, like, we're all different and there's different things that make us happy. And so I don't think some people will say money brings happiness. I think money brings comfort. I would certainly be happy with a lot of money in my bank account.
Yeah, same. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, but when you talk about people in like third world countries and stuff, people that are very poor, people that are just, fighting to survive, they still find things that make them happy, whether that be, just seeing your kid play with the mud or like your kid playing with the mud. Like you just do things in life that makes you happy.
Yeah.
So that's my take on life.
Dog, you mud baby Ruth.
Smack his ass, hit across his face like a salute. Yeah, shut up, my baby.
Yeah,
What's the next
I
topic?
feel like we had a good note. I feel like, wait, you want to go to another topic? I thought it was good.
I mean, we got Flacco and no jumper. I don't know. You don't really know
It's
about.
just-
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you start talking about it, I'll give my input.
Nah.
You don't really know,
It's
you don't
like
really
one
know
of
about
those,
Flacco.
it's just like,
How long has it been? Like an hour 40?
yeah. I think.
Well, shit, y'all just want to. Nah.
Why we just talk about life?
Let's philosophize.
Nah, you gonna hate us.
Yeah, no, you gonna hate us.
You're
Yeah.
like, yo, what the fuck is this type of content, bro?
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about the viewers.
Yeah, if there's no drama, nah. You can't talk about philosophy or
Oh,
life
true.
and shit like that. Yeah.
True. Hey, well, back to amputation.
Nah. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for tapping in to the Really Good Podcast. This was pod number 80.
90.
No, I'm just kidding. Pod number 90. Mr. JC in the cut.
Yes,
It's
sir.
been a great evening. We know you miss Travis already, but he gonna be back. We gonna see y'all next week.
Go stream Thankless, bitches.
Yeah, stream Thankless and buy Tori a camera.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
You motherfucker.
Hey,
Good shit.
throw your Cash App out there.